So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. This is the Made in Brunel sketch of 2021. We realised it's a little bit different this year, so we will work out the kinks as we go. And if you've got any questions, then feel free to just jump in, and myself and Pav will do our very best to answer your questions. We've got a little presentation which was just running you through how things are going to work. So Pav, if you wanted to flick that over.
I am on the wrong screen. There we go.
So I'm sure you all know what the sketch off is, but for those of you that don't know, it's basically a time sensitive sketching contest. We've got a number of different rounds that will really test your sketching and rendering techniques, and that will extend, or it could extend, I'm not revealing anything yet, but it could extend to marker rendering, storyboarding, exploded drawings, that kind of thing. So if you think back to the esquisses in term one, where you kind of learnt your fundamentals, that's what this aims to do. But instead of having a week to do it, you got like 15, 20 minutes. So just be wary of that.
Yeah, we also we're going to just quickly go over how it works. So first of all, there are 5 rounds that we take in place. The first one will be a practice round, just to make sure that everybody is up to date with how we're going to do it. Obviously, because it's online, we want to make sure we know how we're doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what you're drawing, okay, through this presentation, okay, and then we'll start the timer. And then we will provide a link in the chat, in the Zoom chat, for you to click on, and that will show you in higher detail what you'll be drawing. So ideally, you want to have a second screen. So you want to maybe have this Zoom call open on your phone, and then maybe on your computer you have the Google slide that we will obviously, send you a link to. And then obviously, as the timer goes, you're going to start drawing. So then once the time's up, don't worry, I will keep you up to date with how long you've got left. But once the time's up, we're going to say stop drawing. You've got about 5 to 10 seconds to just drop your pen and hold up whatever you're drawing to the camera, where we will be screenshotting it then. And then that will go, and the judges will go off and deliberate that in a breakout room with themselves. And then obviously during that time, Toby and I will be hopefully trying to keep you entertained. Anyone who isn't successful going through to the obviously next rounds, we will let you know. You'll be removed from the Zoom chat, but don't worry, you can stay in and you can actually go to the YouTube and just keep watching. So that's great. And then obviously once we go through all the rounds, we'll have a first, second, and a third place winner, and that will be announced right here on YouTube and on Zoom. So yeah.
It will. One thing I'd quickly like to add to that, though, is when you hold up your sketches for us to judge, if you could pop your sketch number on the paper as well, it will be the number that's next to your name that I think Joanna has just gone around and assigned to everybody. But if we can see your number there as well, that'll help us speed the judging up. As for prizes, I mean, you can see them on the screen now. We've got a 3D printer for first place. So if that doesn't give you incentive, I don't know what will. Slightly lower scale as well. We've got a little 3D pen. If you've got the space for 3D printer, it's all right. We've got you covered. And then finally, harking back again to the DP1 esquisses, we've got a cutting set with scalpels and a cutting that and bits and pieces like that, which should help you with your prototyping from home. If you are not on campus anymore.
Yeah, we've also got a bunch of Made in Brunel phone holders to give away as well. So if you obviously signed up through the link, you know that we were kind of promoting some cardboard and some 3D printed phone holders. Paul in Workshops has graciously printed us a bunch of phone holders, and we'll be giving them away throughout the process of this sketch off. So if you are unsuccessful, you are missed out around, please go over to the YouTube, because people in the YouTube also have a chance to take part and actually win some phone holders. So just try your best, and hopefully you guys will come away with something. But we've got a bunch of them to give away as well. So just stick around. I think next we're introducing the judges, Toby.
We are introducing the judges now. For those of you ex-Brunel people, I'm sure you'll recognise at least some of the judges we've got up. First off, we've got Sam Roberts. Sam was part of the mid team for Futures, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I mean, she's now working as a toy designer. Recently been named as in one of the top 100 rising stars, I believe. Is it for Mojo Nation?
Yeah.
It is Mojo Nation, yeah. So she's going to be critiquing some of your sketches. I worked with Sam, I think a 24-hour design challenge a couple years back, and her sketching is pretty class. So we're delighted to have Sam here.
Thank you.
Likewise, we've got George, who is another previous MIB team member, a man after my own heart as a events manager. Is now working as a designer for Kitchen Craft. And again, I believe George was responsible for instigating the first ever sketch off. So in a way, this is very much his baby that we have taken over, and we will aim to do it justice. Pav, did you want to intro our other judges?
Yes, yeah. So next up, we've got Steve McGonigal, who a lot of you probably already know. Everybody absolutely loves Steve. Steve is a senior lecturer at Brunel, and he's put in his description something about a major project that is still on display at his university. And to be honest, Toby and I don't know what that is, so we're kind of interested, and we'll probably ask you, Steve, later on about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
We want to find out what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, we are interested. And then next up, we got Marjan, who is innovation designer and industrial design lecturer at Brunel. She teaches Toby contextual design. So Toby's going to do everything to try and stay in Marjan's good books. She's lived and worked in 5 different countries and 7 cities in the past 9 years. And yeah, I think we're looking forward to just all the judges just, you know, picking some real winners. So yeah, cool. Toby, are you ready to begin
This round?
the first? Yes.
Yes, I think I am. Are you?
I think I am. I will just ask everybody else. I will ask everybody else who is participating. Please, like I said before, make sure you've got your cameras focused on your page if you can while you're drawing. Toby and I will obviously try and provide some commentary throughout that. So please make sure your cameras are focused on that. I don't know if it has yet been posted. It should be momentarily on its way, but there will be a Google Slide link ready for you to click and have that up on a separate device. That will have everything you need to kind of draw from it. That'll have example pictures and reference images and that kind of stuff. So please make sure you've got that open up on a separate screen. And then, as Toby said, as a reminder, once you're done, please make sure you put your number in the bottom corner of your page. And yeah, I'll be keeping track of time and counting everybody down, really. So yeah, if everybody's happy with that, we will get started. What do you think, Toby? Ready?
Let's do it.
All right, then. Here we go. So remember, the first round is a practice round, so no one will be leaving after this, but the judges will still be picking their favorites. So here we go. Round 1, we'll be testing your object and era skills. The object that we want you to draw is a kettle, and we want you to draw it from the era of Memphis. And you've got about 10 minutes to complete that. There are obviously some example images up on the screen there for you to have a look at. But please, like I said, make sure you've got the Google Slides open. The link is in the Zoom chat for you to do that. And I will start the timer. 10 minutes have started, Toby. There we go.
You're like what's his name from Countdown, but just like slightly less intense. The guy Nick someone, isn't it?
Oh, I don't watch Countdown, to be honest.
Well,
I watch 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. So.
Well, you're not Jimmy Carr, I'll tell you that.
I know. I'm not funny enough.
As much as you like to be. Yeah, Memphis and Kettles.
Memphis and Kettles.
See, I'm not overtly keen on Memphis.
Why not? I absolutely love it.
You love it? Well, yeah. Well, you're all about that like disharmonious kind of thing, aren't you? So
you know me. I love the block colors, the bright block colors specifically. I love that kind of just mash stuff together, which is basically what Memphis is. I do still agree with the Bauhaus principle of form follows function. So I would still try to make it functional first, but then I would make it look weird. So I wouldn't go away and deliberately focus on the aesthetics of it first.
Yeah, see, no, I can't get on board with it. It just doesn't float my boat.
Fair.
Shoot me.
I think that's a really hard first challenge as well, doing that in Memphis style.
Yeah, there were a couple of example kettles up on the slide there that obviously people can draw, but I think really here we're just trying to get people's creative juices flowing, and if there's obviously a really cool looking kettle that you've got in your mind, then just put it on the paper really. So it could be quite inventive this round.
What we got going on? I don't know if it was mentioned actually before in the intro, but if you've got any fine liners or pens, if you've got chance to outline your drawings, then it might help the judges see them a little bit better. So that's probably something to bear in mind as well. I'm just going to have a flick through now and see if I've got anything that's catching my eye.
Apologies, by the way, from Toby and I if we do accidentally pronounce your names wrong. We don't mean anything.
We'll do our very best, but look. Out of interest, what are our resident judges' opinions on Memphis? I imagine they're slightly more educated than myself and Pabs, which was just a kind of irreverent chat.
Well, I remember going to see a Memphis exhibition way back in the last century. Because I was able to go to exhibitions way back in the last century. I'm old enough to do that. And I remember thinking, actually, I just can't get my head around this. To me, it was sculpture rather than product design, shall we say. And although it was interesting and dramatic and certainly made an impact on me because I can remember it to this day, I just came away from the exhibition going, very interesting, but probably wouldn't buy anything. So that was my thought, Toby. One thing I would say, actually, because Pav mentioned about form follows function. There's a really fascinating book. Well, no, it's not really fascinating. In fact, it's actually probably, if you admit to liking it, it's probably a bit geeky. But there's a book called The Evolution of Useful Things by a guy called Henry Petrotsky. And there's a whole chapter on the development of the paperclip and another whole chapter on the development of the fork. So not a book to bring up at parties, but there's a whole chapter there that says form follows failure, which I think is really good because it's all about evolution and developing things. And I suspect that sums Memphis up to many respects because, you know, with all this sort of asymmetric design and the odd angles and the perhaps misbalanced form, it gives you that sense of movement all coming together either. So just an interesting thought. Sorry, try not to be too educational this evening, and Pab.
It's all right. We've got to get it from somewhere because it's not going to come from us. But I mean, you say it's not a book to bring up in parties. I'd argue if it was a party for the designers, it might go down quite well.
Yeah, maybe. I have.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you know. I'll try it and I'll let you know.
Sadly, Toby, I have brought it up at a party. I have brought it up at a party once before.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a lot of very strange looks because, you know, people, why on earth were you reading a chapter on the development of the paperclip? Fascinating to me, but a lot of people don't think so.
At the wrong party, Steve.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mixing with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. Just to cut in, everybody, you've got about 5 minutes and 10 seconds left. So, yeah.
About halfway through. I'm going to see if I can spotlight a couple of videos that are taking my fancy. Let's have a look at this one.
You have thrown people a little bit of a.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm looking at Josh. No pressure, but you're currently under the microscope. It's got that familiar kettle shape. Oh dear. And what else we got going on? We got a little bit of rendering going on here. Let's have a look at this one.
Oh.
Yeah, breaking out the markers early.
Yeah.
It's very good when you're doing, especially anything in Chrome. It's contrast is your best friend there.
Yeah.
So anything, literally, like, don't be scared to use a black marker and stuff and go a bit crazy with it, because they are the highlights. You can even go, as a tip, you can even go a bit more crazy. Like sometimes if you want like a little highlight in Chrome, you can get a little bit of like blue pastel, or even mix a bit of brown in there, and it creates a nice little highlight.
The little ground reflections and sky reflections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you got to also think, exactly, your surroundings as well. But see what people do.
It's such a difficult one because you can definitely get too carried away with the black, and then you're like, oh no.
You have to have a lot of restraint. But
Yeah.
also, again, this is be quite a tough challenge, because it's Memphis is very experimental. It's about throwing the rule book completely away. And also, again, it's like there's some products to reference and stuff, but it's up to the user how they want to see it or how they interpret it. So
we've got Chloe from the MIB team. She's doing some rendering as well here.
Hello, I quite like that. You know,
I love it. It's the contrasting colours. I absolutely love it.
Yes, it really reflects the Memphis style well, doesn't it? With the cacophony of colours and shapes.
And shapes, yes, exactly.
So those like super distinctive primitives. Yeah.
It's almost like when you have Memphis and stuff, like normally when you think of teapots so like curvy and stuff, and where you have its spout and all sorts, Memphis, it does like, it segments everything like that. So you almost look at an object and it doesn't almost look like it needs to be together, if that makes sense. Because all the parts are like dysfunctional on it, but it looks really cool.
I also think Chloe was giving us 3 for the price of 1 there, which is outrageous. But we shall move on.
What's this being used as a ruler?
Is
it a label?
It's a label.
Love that.
I'll rate that.
Fucking Hank.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
I'm just going to keep flicking through. Yeah.
There's a lot of nice detail there.
Oh, this one's
And
cool.
with this one as well, actually, some very nice line work.
Yeah, Sophie's got all the pro markers out, ready to go.
Yeah.
They're nice and smooth, the lines as well.
See, that's where I've always struggled with sketching, because my sketching is so fast and loose. What I end up doing is I end up going over the same lines about 8 times, and it just then becomes this incoherent mass of scribble that no one except myself can understand, which kind of defeats the point of sketching as like a visual communication tool.
It's not too bad, because you can, for instance, if you are sketching and if the lines are quite hairy, at least you got one thing there. You got the speed, for instance, and especially with, of course, the sketch off and stuff, like that's going to be very crucial. Like you don't want to go through halfway and you aren't finished and stuff. So, but no, over time you can slowly reduce them lines and get a nice crisp sketch.
I think in the world of digital CAD and digital sketching, the nice thing about hand sketching is to inject a sense of excitement.
Sorry, Steve. Just to let everybody know, 30 seconds left.
All right, it's okay, Pav. I was just going to say it's just interesting to inject a sense of excitement into the drawing, and that's what hand sketching can do. So with multiple lines, it just gives this impression of movement and ideas and creativity. I think that's a great element to hand sketching.
All right, here we go. Everybody get ready to drop pens and show to the camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop sketching. So yeah, if everybody could just stop sketching, please, and hold up their drawing to the camera. Make sure your number is in the bottom corner or wherever on your document as well. Just pop that in, please. All right.
Oh wow, there's some really good ones.
I think screenshots are being taken. I'll let you guys know when you can put them down.
I'm picking up serious Chrome vibes, which, you know what, I think is pretty smart, because Chrome for me whilst it's easy to overdo, it's probably the easiest one for me to render, I think, because it's so much contrast in there. So the Chrome is a smart move from most people, I think.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I haven't had a message that the screenshot's been taken yet, so I'm still waiting for confirmation. There we go. Okay, you can all put down your drawings now and take a bit of a break. Thank you so much for everybody for doing that. We appreciate it. And that marks the end of round one. So well done, you all made it through that. I think the judges are now going to go with Joanna over to a breakout room. So I'll wait for that to happen. All right. So you've got Toby and I for the next couple of minutes. Please, nobody leave, because you are all still in the running at the moment. We're not getting rid of anybody yet, so you don't have to worry. You're all still in. That was just a practice round. Hopefully that was all right for anybody. If there was an issue with anything, then please pop it in the chat, and we can obviously see that and let you know. And also to everybody out there on YouTube, if you have any questions that you want Toby and I to ask any of the judges, please pop it in the comments. I am looking at the comments, so if anybody wants us to ask anything to the judges, put them there. But yeah,
It sounded a little bit desperate, Pav, when you went, please, somebody leave. Don't leave, please.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll stay with you, Pav. Don't worry.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you. So Toby and I host a fortnightly podcast called the Made in Brunel podcast.
Shock horror.
Yeah, and we've called it Unfolded this year because it's above the fold, and I thought that's pretty funny. Anyway, if you haven't heard this week's episode that came out on Monday, what we did was Toby and I actually spoke to Brunel Digital, and we kind of got a feel for how their brand launch went and the different things they did for their brand launch. And one of the things they did was put up they put up like some Instagram quizzes, some Instagram polls for obviously the people watching, and that kind of got people involved, like picking their favorite options and stuff. So I thought it might be a pretty good idea to kind of do the same things on here, same questions, but we'll do them on here. Toby, I don't know if you've got the questions.
I think I can go off the top of my head. If I can't, then I'll make something up, probably.
Have I removed the question? I actually have the questions. I have the questions.
Oh, you've got the questions. Okay.
I've got the questions. Can I do a poll? That is the question.
Yeah, I should be able to.
I've never done a poll before.
If you go into chat and then the little 3 dots. No, not there.
All right, we'll just ask people to do a thumbs up or something. So we'll see what happens. All right. So the first question that they posed, that Brunel Digital posed to everybody watching, was Mac or PC. So give us a thumbs up if you're Mac over PC, basically.
Thumbs up or a yes or no in the chat, or Mac or PC in the chat. Whatever works for you.
Okay. It's looking like
all these both.
It's looking like more people here are PC over Mac. Is that what we about expected, Toby?
I think so. I think it's the age-old debate of PC functionality and Mac UI, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you could put Mac UI on a PC, that's the Hackintosh it.
This is your sweet spot, because I know you've got Rain Meter on your computer and you've made your PC look like a Mac a bit. So
yeah, I do. It's because I've used Mac for so long without a PC, and I moved out and I've gotten so used to that UI. I basically, as a little project for myself, I went, I'm going to try and recreate it on PC and see what happens. And it's not perfect, but I think it's all right. I was quite happy with it for a first little venture into programming. Nora Lamin's got Rain Meter too. See, a man of taste.
Right. Next one then. We've got mouse or tablet. So obviously this is referring to digital design with like a Wacom tablet or a mouse. So if you're a tablet person, give us a thumbs up. Ooh, we've got
Louis, Josh,
we've got a couple.
John.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like mouse is winning out over there over tablet. I can see that. I think we obviously do a lot of CAD, and I'd rather use a mouse.
Yeah, same.
For the CAD.
Mouse gang.
I do think tablet would definitely come in use with like digital sketching, for example.
I'm gonna just interrupt you very briefly, Pav. I've got a question for Dan Fredericks.
Go on.
What's his name?
I believe it was the second half to Mr. Frosty. I think it was like his penguin mate.
Okay.
So,
is he going to be joining us for the rest of the evening?
He may very well be joining us for the rest of it.
You know what?
Find out. He might even just join us for the 24-hour design challenge.
I wouldn't be opposed.
He's he's like a little mascot amongst our little group. He's the flat mascot.
Really? Okay then. Well, nice to have you with us. I see we've got a couple people just maybe putting some finishing touches on sketches. It looks like
a lot of them are really good. I think it's definitely the kind of thing that you're definitely going to want to finish off and keep for a portfolio or something. So yeah, Chloe's finished all of it. You were right, 3 for the price of 1 with Chloe's. So yeah. Next poll question we have is serif or sans serif. So I'm a sans serif guy. If you are a serif person, give us a thumbs up.
Apparently people are just opposed to type. Oh no, Usman's gone sans. Sans. It's overwhelmingly sans. Oh, Kieran's gone both depending.
Oh,
that's what I like.
Oh.
No, I like that. I can get on board with that sentiment.
Kieran being dodgy. Okay.
I'm gonna put all my portfolio work in Times New Roman.
I mean, you can make it look good. You could definitely make it look good.
Just like massive spacing.
Yeah. We've just for everybody. Next time, can you make sure we've had a couple of issues with pictures being upside down or maybe not being framed correctly? If you could just have a look at what obviously what you're doing and just make sure you frame it. That's really helpful to the judges when we're screenshotting and deliberating. So yeah, but I'll remind you about that later. So it's all right.
We should go live together.
Brilliant. Yeah, so I think the judges will be back relatively shortly, so you won't have to listen to us natter for too long. I think when they get back, we're definitely getting into what Steve's major project is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I wouldn't want to presume years, but you know, it's got to be good, right?
What university did he go to?
Steve, I'm not sure. Probably a good place to start the question, actually.
He might give a little bit of an indication.
He mentioned Strathclyde. I'm not sure if he worked there or went there.
Interesting.
So, yeah, we'll get into that. For sure. I think we're just sorting out the last little bit of judges.
Is Ollie participating in the sketch off this year, or has he just hung up his pencils?
Ollie has hung up his pro markers for this year. He's part of the backstage crew that's been helping us kind of run the live streams and stuff. So we've got a couple of mid representatives, but Ollie obviously as a
bit too good
finalist. He's a former finalist, so yeah,
bit too good.
He's sitting.
I wouldn't want to show you off, Josh. You know.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah.
Come on, ladies. I believe we've got the judges back now.
It's clearly just
So-
drinking behind the scenes.
Have we got them back?
I think we've got the judges back. So, Josh, if you could kindly shut up. Obviously, I'm joking. Yes, judges are back. Hello, judges.
Yay, judges are back.
So we should have the results of that practice round going up on the slide, shouldn't we, Pav?
Yeah,
You
we
have
do.
the results.
I do have the results. Just sharing my screen now. Toby, can everybody see that?
I can see that.
All right, that's good. Right, everybody, we're, judges are back. So we're going to get ready to go on to round 2. So I would say just prepare for that. But before that, the judges did have some of the favourite sketches. So we're going to check those out now. And the favourite sketches were 1, 8, 16, 25, and 29. So whoever those numbers correspond to, well done.
That was Dan. That was Chris. I'm just flicking through now. Go on gallery view. It's going to be a lot easier for me, isn't it? Chen Lei. And where's 8? I can't see 8. Can you see 8, Pav?
Well, I'm screen sharing. I can't actually see anything at the moment. But can we?
Dan Marshall, I think. Yeah.
Can we spotlight the winners? Would the winners mind holding up their ones? Should I just stop sharing? So should we try number 1 first?
That was Dan Fredericks.
Dan, could you hold up your
Go on, Dan.
favorite sketch?
Don't be shy.
Spotlight for there we go.
There we
check
go.
That out. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Memphis Kettle there. Well done. All right. Next one is number 8. So we've got to find number 8.
Number 8. I'm getting there. Is Dan Marshall. There we are. So I'll spotlight Dan Marshall.
There we go. There's number 8.
Nice bold kind of outlines there. That's a favourite trick of mine.
Yeah, we like bold outlines.
Next one was
16.
16.
Yeah. I think I'll do this next time. I'll read out the numbers to you and spotlight the people. I think that's better. Yeah, I'll do that next time. All right, 16.
Oh, I like that.
Look at that. That's the finished marker in it. Oh, that is a nice one. I do like that.
Yeah, but you got that kind of like rough and ready kind of movement.
Yeah.
Very dynamic sketching. I like that a lot.
That's really cool. Next one's 25.
25 is that really confused me because you got two cameras up. So this is 25. Oh god damn.
Ooh.
I think this is one to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
One to watch. And then Chris, you were 29, wasn't it?
29, yeah.
So I like that. That's quite elegant.
Oh, that is actually. I could see that being in a brochure.
Although, don't take this the wrong way, but the lid does look a little bit like the Smurf, like a Smurf hat. Just an observation. Nothing.
Yeah, it's the Smurf kettle. It should be pale blue, but I don't have any colours with me, so
that's quite all right. Awesome.
All right then. Do you wanna? I'll move that spotlight.
Take the spotlight off of that.
Done that. All right then. Everybody, hope you're all ready for the next round. If you didn't get into the favorites there, don't worry. There's a lot more rounds coming up, so good luck with the next one. I don't know how many people will disappear after this one, but obviously this is the first proper round, so obviously give it your everything. And even if you do, obviously, unfortunately don't make it through the next round, please stay on for the YouTube link. Which will be available in the chat, because you can obviously try and bag yourself some free phone holders throughout the stream. So yeah, let me just share my screen again. Share. There we go. Can everybody see that, Toby?
I can see that.
All right. Is everybody ready for the next round? Here we go. The next round. Round 2. Is testing your storyboarding skills. So we're going to be drawing a storyboard to show the process of brushing your teeth. And you've got about 20 minutes to complete that. So good luck, everybody. Your time starts now. Please make sure, again, you've got the Google Drive link available on a separate device that you can obviously kind of refer back to the example images. I don't think any of the example images are to do with brushing your teeth, so you're going to have to get creative. Is there a limit, Toby, or a maximum minimum on the amount of balls?
I believe we've got a minimum of 4 steps.
Okay.
And a maximum of 8.
Yeah.
For this one. So think about how you're going to dedicate that page real estate. Personally, I think about six squares. Split it in the middle, but you can feel free to ignore me. So yeah. Be interesting to see what people come up with here, because it's not something, brushing your teeth is something you do so regularly. It's kind of like a subconscious thing. You don't really think about the steps anymore.
No, you just do it.
It's like automatic. Yeah. So this will be interesting.
Yeah. We were having a chat earlier about different about like toothpaste tablets. I've recently started using charcoal toothpaste. Yeah, that's right, Toby. I've heard of
that. It's like a whitening toothpaste.
Do our teeth look whiter?
Oh, dashing.
Thank you very much. No, it's. I've got to be honest with you. Tastes disgusting. Okay, don't have it. It says peppermint or spearmint on the outside. No, that's a lie. They've flavored it with salt. It tastes disgusting. All right, it tastes like you're eating salt. So like don't get charcoal toothpaste thinking that it's going to taste nice. I mean, the foam as well is grey, so it looks like something's very wrong with you when you're brushing your teeth. But it does look all right. So
does it work though? Is it worth it?
I was about to say, you sound quite hung up on this, Pav. Do you need some time to just kind of
I don't know
compress this?
I've got to be honest with you, I've been using it for a few months, and I pick it up when it's on cheap at Tesco, and I get it for like 50p, and it's like it's cheaper than the regular toothpaste. So I'm like, might as well try it, and it worked out pretty well. So
other high street retailers are available.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a vain attempt to maybe steer this conversation back on something slightly more design oriented, we mentioned at the beginning, Steve has, I think, intentionally put this leading question in his leading statement in his bio about his major project. And we want to know what it is. Cut to the chase. What is this mythical thing?
Well, what it was, Toby, and actually, before I start, I must say that you and Pav have got a career in YouTube stretching out in front of you. Actually, this is sounding great. The conversation that's going on between you, that's fantastic. Right, well, you asked for a piece of interesting information about ourselves, and I thought I'd try to give you a piece of interesting student information, because I thought that would be appropriate. And what it was that I went to what was previously the University of Teesside to do my undergraduate degree in BA in Industrial Design Engineering. And I know that the lecturers who work there today, and they told me 2 years ago that my major project, which I did about 250 years ago, is still on display at the University of Teesside. So it was 2 years ago. I'm hoping it still is, because there we go. If it's been up that long, I'm sure it is still there now. So that's what I thought I would do. I would just share with you that nugget of information. And as you guys are careering towards your major project submission, I thought I'd just mention no pressure there then.
Brilliant. Can you reveal what your major project was about?
Yes, it was actually something called a keytar. So it was.
That's so cool.
It was a guitar that you hang over your neck. It had a curvature on one side so that you could play a nice curved keyboard. And then actually it had a curvature at the other side as well, so that you could actually play a two-handed keyboard on both sides. So there we go.
You see, the thing is, you put your foot in it now, though, because I now know without a shadow of a doubt that this has to be 80s.
Indeed it was.
There you go. Like, without a keytar, it's got to be 80s. There's no other explanation.
Toby, it was cool then.
It's still cool now. I'd love to play the keytar.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great. I mean, awesome. The thing is, it was something that I was fascinated in, and it kept me interested for the length of the whole major project. So yeah, and I would encourage you guys to do the same.
Awesome.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? So you got to find something that you're passionate about that will make you want to carry on and finish the project. Stay interested.
Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. And I think because sometimes there's points, because like everything that you do that is interesting, there are inevitably points where actually it becomes a little bit oppressive and a little bit disheartening, because you're trying to solve a problem that is appearing to be impossible at times. So actually, if you're doing something that you love and are passionate about, then it does drive you to solve that problem. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I've also got a bit of a question for Marjan as well. In Contextual, we've recently done a fair bit of storyboarding, concepting, and kind of workshops and stuff. So, have you got any very, very last minute tips for our sketchers for their storyboards?
Good question, Toby. Might be a good idea to think about the key moments of that experience. It might make it a little bit faster. What are the key moments that can help you communicate that experience of brushing your teeth?
Yeah, that's good advice.
Were you looking just for one?
No,
I tried to be
hey. If you've got more, then I'm sure people will be willing to take it.
We've got the time.
I'm sure people will want to concentrate, but
no. If
one
not,
other tip, guys. Okay, one other tip.
One more. Go on.
Obviously it's about brushing your teeth, but think about how you can make it as dynamic as possible, because you've got some static images, and it's about the person's hand interaction with the product. So think about those moments that are really key when interacting with the product, but also think about you've already started a couple of steps before they come in contact with this is too late now. They come in contact with the actual product. So that's a key thing to remember, maybe for the next time you're doing this.
Awesome. Don't worry, I'll stop putting you on the spot now. Pav, how are we doing for time?
We're doing quite well for time. We've got about 12 minutes and 30 seconds left, so not even halfway yet. So everybody's got some time. It looks like some people spent a little bit of time planning, which is probably the best thing to do before putting pen to paper. And yeah, we're seeing some cool stuff going on. Should we take a look, Toby?
Let's do the rounds. Pav, do you want to spotlight some people? I'll have a look for.
I'll go around. I'll have a quick look. Who have we got? A spotlight Henry here.
Oh, okay.
That's really cool.
That's nice.
Got that kind of storyboard, not storyboard, it is a storyboard. What am I saying? That kind of like comic book panel kind of framing going on, which is a very cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's nice and dynamic.
Look at all those greys on the side.
That's the classic Winsor and Newton C1 to C5. I know that one.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot more there, to be honest, but yeah. I'll keep going around, having a look.
It's very bold of him going straight in with pen as well.
I'd
be scared to do that.
It's what you want to see, though, because like again, pencil is really great, and it does, I think, look nicer. But pen does improve your sketching. I think like you do less mistakes with it over time. But no, it's good confidence, that is.
This one's a little bit kind of less uniform, it seems. Using a lot of the page as well.
It's quite free flowing. I think as well is one thing, of course, that's really hard is when you say and brush your teeth as well, is people have to draw hands. And that is also a very a difficult thing. But I think it's up to the person how they want to do it. Like they could even do it without if it explains really well. They could be quite, you could say, cartoonish with it because it doesn't need to be, the hand isn't the focus, it's the product. Or someone can be quite detailed, and of course that's the strength. But
I mean, Yeah, when it comes to drawing hands, like there's the old kind of like take a photo of your hand in the orientation you want it, and then effectively like trace the photo. That's something I've done in the past because, as you said, no one's really interested in how well you can draw hands. Like it's about the product interaction and whether or not you can communicate that clearly.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, we've just passed the halfway mark. There's about 9.5 minutes left. So keep going, everybody.
On the flip side, if you've drawn a really bad hand, it definitely takes away from the product sometimes. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point actually. Some kind of grotesque amalgamation with 3 fingers.
Yeah, like where's the other finger?
I'm really liking the little splash details on the toothbrush, like the water going down on this one.
Really nice and neat as well.
Very tidy.
I just want to give a shout out to Louis in the last one for putting his number. He wrote his number pretty big in bold on the side. That's really useful. If you guys do have time for that after this round, just shout that out. That is to be appreciated. But yeah, no.
I can't remember. Is storyboarding something that has been done as rounds in previous sketch-offs, Parav? Do you know? Can you remember?
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never entered a sketch-off. And the reason is because I can't sketch.
Oh, my heart. Oh.
I've tried. They say practice makes perfect, but clearly not with me and sketching or me and languages. But yeah.
George, wasn't the one on your year to do with washing machines?
It was. I do remember that. I remember that. Yeah, so we just had to, I think, describe the cycle of putting your laundry in. So, like putting detergent in and stuff like that, putting it in, and showing like it going through that process of washing it and then the end result coming out. I remember when I did my one, and I made a mistake of mine, and that's why I didn't get into the final. And it's because I had them too close together and they weren't so separated. So it got a bit confused where the process looks like. So that's something I would definitely recommend people is make sure they are a bit individual so you can see the step-by-step in it. And you've got a flow. For instance, you could either do this by numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something, or you could have something in the background that almost like connects it up. Almost like even some sort of like if you're doing washing machine, you could be quite wacky and have like the clothes going around it, like leading it in the direction of the process. You could do that with toothpaste or something. I don't know.
Here we go. Is this Josh? Yeah, it is. We can see an early draft attempt at the top, which is always a good idea.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Some nice planning there.
Good planning.
There's some nice bold marks there as well, and that was quite easy for us to see from a judging perspective. Seeing like slightly bolder marks.
This one looks pretty cool as well, actually.
I really like the style on this one. This one's really cool.
Yeah, like I love the little the little tooth there with the little shine marks and stuff. Really cool. And also arrows as well. Arrows is really great of explaining stuff.
Mate, drawing a good arrow is an art form in and of itself. There's nothing better than like a nice little like twirly arrow, like for showing like revolution. A soft spot for arrows, I do.
Definitely.
There's a very, very clear story here as well. Oh, we've just lost it, but there was a very clear story here as well. Oh, we've got Diana now. That's great.
I can go back if you would like.
That's okay. No, it's all right. I was just saying how well the story was illustrated. It was very clear, one step to second step to third step. So as well as graphically good, it was actually very clear telling the story.
We've got some human figures coming up, which is great to see.
It's nice to see someone drawing so big as well. I think it's quite a challenge drawing big, especially with a super tight like time deadline on it.
Generally speaking, A4 or A3.
Or I would say, if you're learning, I would say A3. I think is the best.
Yeah, same.
Always A3. I would say always.
Yeah.
Always.
We've reached a consensus, it seems. Yeah, I'm always A3 as well. It does make compiling logbooks a little bit difficult because you end up having to like fold all your sketches up and kind of like pop them inside. But
Well, you could also go for an A3 size like logbook. You know, you don't have to go for an A4.
whoa, oh,
That's
really
true, Toby.
Really changing the game up. If I do an A3 logbook, then you can't chastise me when like it's significantly thinner than all the other logbooks for my final submission margin. I'm just saying.
Well, that's a different discussion, Toby.
Okay, I'll leave that one out then. Kieran's got he's just gone, but Kieran had the like cartoon comic book boxes again.
I believe he was looking at reference images as well, which is quite nice to help him out.
Nice to see him using really dark marker there. It's really good just to make things pop.
Just to remind everybody, we've got about 3 minutes 30 seconds left. So now's probably the time. If you've got any fine detail you want to add at the end, now's probably the time.
The mirror element there is quite nice as well.
Oh yeah, I'd not thought about that.
No, neither.
No,
not clever.
End up doubling your workload. You can draw all the reflections.
Probably regretting it now.
Hey, if it gets you through, it gets you through.
Exactly.
Sam, I've seen you ditch the headset.
Oh, they were annoying.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most difficult things that I've come up like trying to get used to, having like a headset on stuff. It's got a little better now that I've started doing the podcast and what have you. It's come a little bit kind of second nature, but originally it was not ideal. But it's a good point. I've not seen much color on any of these.
The previous one did have some blue, which is quite nice.
Yeah, that's what just prompted me to say it. I think that's the first one I've seen that's got kind of like some block color, and colors are a really important thing to kind of communicate like depth or order or the important bits.
Because they're key areas. Yeah,
stuff you want to draw attention to.
Yeah.
So what we got about 3 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left.
It's about 2 minutes left now. It's about 2 minutes left.
There's still time. Still time. Yeah.
This is when you need that countdown clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll keep trying to yell it out, everybody. Don't worry. I've got it next to me.
Like a town crier.
I do think like a highlight color can really tie in all of the steps together quite nicely.
I think I'm seeing some Copic, some color right there being used. Is that on the arrows there? I think. Or is that on the numbers? Is that?
That's Peter with his magnificent beard.
1 minute 30. I'll just keep yelling it out, guys. You don't worry. I'm not interrupting.
Definitely in concentration mode.
Yeah, this is a nice one as well. Nice bold lines, easy to see, easy to follow.
Yeah. Happy tooth.
1 minute remaining. I'm trying to flick through as many people as I can. I don't know if I've shown somebody twice. I'm trying to show everybody if I can.
I mean, the trick, Pav, is that everyone's ordered from like 1 to 35. So if you just work your way through the numbers.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea. I should have started with that.
You should be all right.
I know that for next time. I'll do that next time. She's all right.
Yeah.
So that's great. Yeah. Also, just a big shout out to all the 50 people that are watching on YouTube. Thank you. For watching. Yeah.
It's worth noting as well. We also are live streaming on Instagram too. So if that is your preferred social media, your social media of choice, then we are also live streaming on Instagram too.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Stop sketching, everybody. Stop sketching. If you could all put your pens down and hold up your sheets to the camera. Please make sure it's framed correctly. And just, make sure obviously it's within the viewfinder. And if it is upside down, just make sure it is the right way around so that when we screenshot it, it all looks good. Yeah. So everybody just make sure it's all up. Got some really good ones. I'm just waiting for confirmation. All right, there we go, guys. You can put them down now. Thank you for that. Thank you for holding them up. And I think the judges are going to disappear now and deliberate.
Okay, thank you.
It's also worth noting, guys, if you wanted to share any of these sketches on like an Instagram story or Facebook or wherever, tag us in the post, then we'll make sure to kind of share that around as well. I don't know if I imagine most people here will have like a design account, design Instagram, so or just personal Instagram.
Personal one there. We've got Alex standing by, ready to reshare all of them. So we got to give Alex some work to do. So just post any of the ones that you got. Even obviously the kettles from the previous round. Post them on your stories, and we'll get Alex to reshare them. So yeah, please do that. But yeah, I don't know how many people are being eliminated on this round, purely because I wasn't sure if everybody joined. If there's some people missing, so I'm not too sure about that, but I think we're hoping for around 25 people are going through this round. I think, bear with me. Oh, I think it's about 20. I think 20 people are going through this round, so yeah. Yeah, some people are obviously carrying on with their sketches as well. This is quite cool. So Toby, carrying on with our polls from earlier. Should we carry on with our polls?
Let's carry on with the polls.
We've got 2 left. These ones, I mean, the first one is, do you name your layers? So this is like in Photoshop, in Illustrator. In Illustrator, I've started naming all my layers because I have so many now that I just basically have to. Yeah.
No, this is something I absolutely do not do, and I have no regrets.
Fair, Dan. Everybody, if you do name your layers, I think it's going to be a minority. Please give us a thumbs up.
There's no, never, sometimes.
We've got one.
Nobody does that.
Dan does. Dan does, apparently. Dan and Chris. We've got 2 people that name their layers. So that's really cool.
We have more people that don't, though. So that's exactly what I like to see.
And then the final one is, and obviously this was Brunel Digital that said this, but it was digital or print. And obviously we're going to go with print. So do we even need to ask the question, Toby? It should all be print at this point.
It should all be print. It definitely should.
Naming and color coding layers is the way forward.
That's true, actually. I do agree with that. Yeah, I think because obviously I do this in Illustrator. If I've got any guidelines, they go on a back layer in red so that I know they're the guidelines, and then I have to turn them off. So that's what you do, Toby. It's a good way to do stuff. Thanks, Dan. That's a good point.
You've got enough time. If you've got enough time to name and color code your layers, then you're not spending enough time doing the actual work.
Toby, it's about organisation, Toby. Well, you're not very organised, are you?
No, not in the slightest.
There we go. Oh gosh.
No, I am of course joking a little bit. I don't name my layers. No, I don't name my layers. However, I really should do.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'm gonna need to learn to do moving forward into like an actual proper job where people have to know what is happening on a document.
Yeah, if it's just you giving it to someone else, then that's fine. But obviously, if it's just you working on it, it's all right. You don't need to name, you know what's going on. But if everybody else got to see him, then you know. I'm actually quite interested. Show of thumbs as before. Who actually went out and made a made in Brunel phone stand, whether that's 3D printed or with card? Did anybody actually make one? Oh, Dan's got his to show.
Dan's got one.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Ollie, me, I didn't even get to use it. Do you want us to put you in your own like special breakout room and you can just sketch away to your heart's content? Would that make you happy?
Great. Please, that sounds fantastic, Toby.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if any filming will get done, but
that's true. I printed mine in the wrong color. Mine's yellow, not orange. I don't have any orange filament, so. Yeah.
Chris is saying I did, but now I'm using a spray can and tape. That's fine. Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah. Whatever works, you know. You gotta get that angle. So.
I'm currently live streaming on Instagram with a selfie stick stuck to the corner of my shelves.
Bodge it together, MacGyver it. That's what you do. Oh, we got people sketching away, which is really cool to see.
I've got a few people on the YouTube as well that have responded to our questions. Probably worth giving them a little shout out.
Yeah, let's have a look. Mine doesn't actually update. I have to keep refreshing it, which is really annoying. Lucas said that he names his layers and then puts them into folders.
That's outrageous.
I mean, yeah, I don't actually do the folders. At least I do the color coding. But I do agree with that.
Only put in folders when it's relevant, just to say, because I know that there's filters that apply to certain layers. But yeah.
Get out. Get out. I'll put you in a folder.
Oh, interesting proposition, Toby.
Oh dear. We've got Nazma as well on YouTube saying I label my layers all the time.
Yeah.
And Riki saying I wish I'd named my layers.
I wish I named my layers.
Yeah. Sentiments firmly echoed.
Yeah. I mean, scrolling back up, we can see obviously a lot of people are off a PC. Tanaka's come in with both in terms of PC and Mac. I mean, that's really it, isn't it? You want both. I mean, I'd like both. In my opinion, anyway, I'd like both. I'd love to have all my Adobe stuff on the Mac.
I mean, if you like Paint, then you could theoretically like run it in parallel on a Mac, but
Parallel Bootcamp.
Yeah. I think Alex does that. I have no idea how his Mac is handling that with the renders that he pulls off. But yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. I'm currently running on both at the moment. Better PC rather than both. Yeah, that's fair enough. Thing is with PCs though, it's kind of like it's this exponential curve of tinkering, isn't it? Like if you're really into that and you're really confident with kind of like interchanging components and building PCs and stuff, it's just kind of this ever increasing both in time and money curve of development.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a laptop that's, to be honest, on its last legs. It's on its last legs. So, I just use it. I get a really good one, use it for ages, and then just stop and buy a new one. Basically, that's what I keep doing. So, because obviously it's a laptop, so it's not as upgradable as a PC. So,
see, my tactic is just to kind of cover up all the flaws with my CPU and everything with just a giant pile of RAM.
Ah, okay.
And I find, for the most part, tenuous PC building practices aside, for the most part, it's all right.
How much RAM have you got now, Toby?
32.
Oh, you're matching me. My laptop has 32.
Your laptop's got 32 gigs
My
of RAM?
laptop's got 32 gigs of RAM. And it's
What is
5
that?
years old.
All right, fine. Maybe. All right, then. Well, now I feel silly. Thank you, Pav.
No, they're probably better, to be honest. What, DDR5?
Yeah.
We took it. All right, yeah, no, I'm still on DDR4. So, yeah, there we go.
Riveting conversation for all our sketches about the intricacies of building computers.
Yeah, especially all the Mac lovers.
Yeah.
No. Gabrielle's off sketching on her iPad. It looks like. Yeah.
We spotlighting. I'll spotlight her.
Are you gonna? Yeah, spotlight.
Yeah,
There we
I'll
go.
do it.
Look at that. That's quite nice.
It's a little bit hard to see, I guess. I have a raw film on.
Oh no! That's That's cool.
That's really cool. Do you find it easier to sketch on a tablet then?
Not particularly, because I had like a glass screen on for a while, and then I switched to like a Paperlike, but like a cheaper version of film, and it feels like very similar to paper, to be honest. Because at first I was like, oh no, I don't like it because it doesn't feel like paper, and you know the pen would slide it, and the result would be really different. But now I quite like it.
You get used to it.
You've got one of those tablets, haven't you?
I don't have one of those.
Not one of those, but one of them that has like the
I've
paper.
got a paper-like one. Yeah. I've got a Remarkable. Kieran also has a Remarkable as well. So I'm surprised Kieran didn't use his Remarkable for this. Kieran's off, obviously sketching and stuff, and I'm surprised he didn't use his Remarkable for this. But,
Kieran's gone for that pen and paper, which
yeah,
the way forward, man. I'll tell you.
The only thing I think they do need to put into the Remarkable software is a ruler, because I'm always putting stuff on the screen to draw with the pen, and I don't like doing that. I would like a digital ruler on the Paperlike screen. That would be ideal. But yeah, there you have it. Yeah.
Do you know what? I think I'm gonna check out the Made in Brunel Instagram quite quickly as well. See what's going on over there.
$5 years old.
All right, fine. Maybe. Okay, we got a little less viewers on the Instagram, but that's still chugging along nicely. And I think our judges are back.
They are back, and I have the results of the next round. So, are you ready, Toby?
Game face on. I'm ready.
All right. So, before we give out names, just want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone for taking part. If your name is not on the slide that's coming up, unfortunately, you haven't been successful going through to round 3. But please, obviously, do take note of the YouTube link that is in the chat, because, like I said, after the next round, I think we'll be giving out some phone holders. So please definitely go carry on watching over on YouTube. So just make sure you have that link. If you don't, just search Made in Brunel Sketch Off on YouTube, or check out our Instagram. There's a link on there as well. But don't forget, obviously, to stick around and take part. But for now, here are the names of everybody who's through to the next round. Can you see that, Toby?
I can see that. Can everyone else see that?
Yeah, we can see it, guys. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, as Pav said, I'll echo his sentiments. Thank you very much, everyone that has tuned in for the evening so far, to sketch and to listen, and myself and Pav kind of natter try and provide some insightful commentary. And as he said, if you've not been successful in getting through to the third round, then please head on over and check out our YouTube and Instagram live streams. They are in a little bit of a time delay from this, so don't be off put by that. Yeah, you might hear this like have some deja vu, but it's fine. It's not Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
We're enjoying your conversation. Thank you. That's the kind of positive affirmation that I need.
Everyone needs it a bit in lockdown.
Mood.
Retweet.
Toby, I can't see the Zoom participants, but I'll just wait your go ahead before we begin the next round.
Let's have a look. I'm just bringing it up now. Yeah. So I believe we're good to go.
All right then. Well, here we go, everybody. Get ready for round 3. We're gonna hype it up a little bit more. Don't worry, it's not another storyboard. You know, maybe be happy if you don't like storyboards. But we're gonna get on to the next round. So remember to have all your stuff ready. As far as I know, everybody's holding up their photos last time was very good. So just keep it up. Make sure obviously your number's on there. Make sure it's clear. And we're all good to go basically. So here we go, everybody. Here is round 3. So we want you to test we want to test your glass and liquid rendering skills by getting you to draw and render a perfume bottle. So we've got a J'adore Dior bottle for you to draw, and we've got about 15 minutes. So I'm going to start the timer now. There we go. 15 minutes has started. Make sure to go to the Google slide presentation by clicking the link in the Zoom chat to have obviously your reference images. But there we go. Good luck, everybody.
Are we doing this specific bottle, guys, or any perfume bottle?
It'll be this specific one.
I think it's a specific one, yeah.
Nice one.
So you should have some images, some reference images in the on the Google slides.
Sweet, thanks.
I'm just going to head on over and check out the Google slides now to make sure that's all good.
Yeah, I've just had it confirmed. It is that specific one. It is the J'adore Dior bottle that we would like you to draw.
My cat is really trying to come in right now.
Just let it happen.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, I've shut mine out. So
I've literally been like, stop.
Enya's just messaging me saying that she loves the way I say J'adore. J'adore Dior.
I thought you said you were terrible at languages, Pav.
I'm repeating the advert. You know the advert they've had for the past 3 years with that woman getting out of the pool.
Like that kind of breathy, like J'adore.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yours was better than mine.
Well, I just said J'adore, but
apparently that's better than mine.
Oh my God, J'adore.
Oh like dear! Stop it, you!
I'll whip the mic out. We'll do a ASMR.
If it's gonna scare everyone off.
So the next podcast episode is just the two of us absolutely butchering French words.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, to be honest. We should do that. Just as a little 5-minute segment on the end.
No, let's not. Let's not do that.
You two gonna have outtakes or something at the end? Or
I think we'll probably put something together. You know, there's a fair amount of recording that is not in the podcast. We try and keep them between like an hour and a half. But the most recent one we did was an hour and a half because we kind of rang round people. To get their input. But yeah, I imagine there's plenty of outtakes to choose from.
There a bunch. I have to sit through all of them. I didn't realize this, but it takes about 5 times longer than it takes to record a podcast, to edit a podcast. So I have to listen to myself and Toby talk 5 times over to edit the podcast, basically. So after a weekend, it's quite my head is ringing.
I've actually got a question for our judges now, and actually, if there are any sketchers that are thinking, well, we've given them too much time, feel free to answer this as well. Say you need to edit a document.
No! I've just realised what you're doing. Oh,
you need to edit a document. You need to put together a document, compile it. Put some images in, some text, make it look presentable. What's your go-to piece of software?
I would say InDesign.
Is that the first software you go to, though?
Yeah, I would say so.
Sam, George, Marjan? PowerPoint or InDesign in the chat. So it's seemingly InDesign. That seems to be the one that takes it. So can you imagine? It's the same for me as well. Pav, just shut up a second because you're a weird one. But it's the same for me as well. So can you imagine my absolute horror when we rang up one of our mates for the podcast, and his instantaneous response, no question. He didn't even think about it. He just went, Word.
Oh, no.
And then proceeded to compare the difference between Word and InDesign to driving a car or a submarine.
He's like, if I have to go underwater, I will take the submarine, but I don't want to deal with all the buttons on the submarine normally. So, yeah.
I think that's going to be my litmus test now for people when I talk about design, just to see what the response is.
I'm Illustrator. I prefer Illustrator to InDesign, but that's just me. I'm a weirdo.
So actually, no, carry on.
I think someone in my year, they didn't know how to use InDesign, so they did their whole dissertation in Word and like graphically design it as well. So I'm not sure how they got away with that one.
See, a part of me is I kind of respect that. Part of me dies inside, but part of me is like, you know what, fair play.
If you can make Word look good, that's a skill in itself.
Oh man,
101.
There's actually a question I wanted to ask our judges when it comes to sketching, because for me, sketching is something that I've had to really kind of practice at to get, good at kind of communicating my ideas. It's not something that necessarily came naturally to me when I started doing design, like back for like A-level GCSE. So just out of interest, are you guys kind of natural, always sketched, kind of when you came to uni, just something that came naturally, or is it something you had to work a little bit at to get the competency with?
Sorry, Toby, really quickly, 6 minutes have gone, everybody. There's about 9-ish minutes left. All right, carry on.
Thank you, Pav.
Well, if I was describing my sketching and stuff, I would say I've always enjoyed sketching when I was a kid, so I came from a bit of that background. But I think I was only at the start of uni where I was exploring and doing some more sketches, and I picked up quite quickly and I quite enjoyed it. And then again, if you do put your heart into it, and again, if you really love design and you're enjoying sketching, if you can really put some effort into it and just like spend just maybe even 5 minutes a day and stuff doing it, I've always found that helps. That's from my background anyway.
Wait, did you come from art background or kind of like classic DT kind of background?
I originally went before uni. I did a graphics design course.
Okay.
But I used to do a lot of sketching in my free time. But I think it's interesting when you go to uni, you do pick up how different product sketching is to like portrait sketching, for example. So you're almost learning how to sketch a little bit again. Like it's up to you whether you could say I had a bit of an advantage there knowing to sketch, but again, it is a different factor, and you learn these things at uni more so.
I think, Pat, have you got are you just going around spotlighting at the moment?
I am, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Chris was on Spotlight then. Really cool way of doing it. Just like almost no outline, just all done with shading and gradients. It's a really neat way of approaching it.
I think he's going in with a big outline now.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Really nice technique.
Do you want me to show Spotlight that again? Really quickly, there we go. Ooh. That's quite cool.
Very nicely done, isn't it? Bit of contrast, allowing the white of the bottle to stand off the back of the, so that the whiteness of the paper is allows that contrast between the whiteness of the bottle. That looks excellent.
Glass is always a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah. Toby and Pav, you were asking about sketching. A piece of advice that was given to me when I was at school in terms of improving my sketching was given to me by my art teacher at school, who said, if you want to improve your ability at sketching, then go and find a very public place like a museum and take your sketchbook out and sit down and start sketching. And he said that actually you'll improve your sketching ability no end, because people will walk past and peer over your shoulder and look at your sketchbook. And if your sketch is not very good, they'll probably walk away going, that's not very good. But if your sketches are good, they'll probably walk away going, gosh, that's excellent. So that's one way to really improve your ability at sketching. And I must admit, I did that. And at first, I found the most quiet, hidden place possible to sit down and draw so that as few people would walk past me as possible. But eventually, I built up some courage to do that and sketch in public. And yeah, I was able to improve my abilities no end. So yeah, that's just a piece of advice that I got many years ago, and it was very good advice.
Steve, there is nothing more I would like to do than go out to a museum or a gallery right now. However,
5 minutes left, everybody. 5 minutes left.
Circumstances dictate that that's not quite possible, but I like the scope of the idea. Kind of force yourself into doing something uncomfortable. Force yourself into being judged.
This is just a thought, Toby, but possibly what you could do is you could sort of enter a competition and actually get people to spotlight you on Zoom whilst you're sketching at the same time while everybody's watching you. I mean, how do you think that might work?
I mean, that could be a good virtual alternative for sure.
Yeah.
So hands up, who's feeling uncomfortable right now? I'm going to spotlight. I saw Danny immediately then, so I'm sorry. I'm sticking to my word. Oh dear. Sorry, Danny.
I'll turn off the spotlight, don't worry.
Steve, what sort of things were you drawing when you went to the museums then?
I used to go to the National Museum of Scotland in Chambers Street in Edinburgh, and there would be things like armor, sort of medieval armor, sculptures, mechanisms, because they had quite a large mechanical section there. They actually had dinosaur bones, so it was things like that I would draw.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was well, actually, to be honest with you, it was quite therapeutic.
Also, a lot of life drawings, guys, because if you want to have, and this is something that worked really well for me when I was doing my bachelor's in industrial design many years ago, many years ago. We had modules only for sketching, but they started off teaching us drawing. Now, growing up, similar to what George mentioned, I was a good drawer. I was really passionate about drawing things and sketching things out, even when I was a kid. But then when I got to the uni, I started learning the techniques. And one of the techniques that I learned is, well, obviously I can see that some of the participants are doing this at the moment, is that you don't, I don't know if you can see my hand, you don't draw from your wrist, you draw from your elbow. So you draw like this, rather than using your wrist, because it gives you more strength. So you're more likely to have stronger lines that way. But we used to do a lot of life drawings before, 2 years before we got into any sort of product design, industrial design sketching. 2 years of just sketching.
Will that be put on a course sometime soon? That just 2 years. That'd be great. I'd love that.
Let's have a time check.
Yeah, 1 minute 50 seconds for everybody. 1 minute 50 seconds left.
Guys, there is a question from Enya in the chat. Steve, is that the museum with all the animals hanging from the ceiling? Yes, it is. Well, it's one of them that's got several animals hanging from the ceiling. The National Museum of Scotland has got an enormous foyer with almost like an enormous greenhouse roof over the foyer as you walk into it. It's an amazing museum and very much worth a visit, not only for the exhibits that are in there, but also for the architecture. Superb.
Whereabouts in Edinburgh is it?
Chamber Street in the centre of Edinburgh.
It's not because the gallery's just off of Princess Street Gardens.
That's right. That's the National Gallery for the paintings. But if you go up the mound and go across the
1 minute
old
to
High
go.
Street. Sorry.
Sorry.
The old High Street, and then just follow along there for maybe about 200 yards, and then Chamber Street is on your left-hand side. It's down there.
Okay, cool. I love Edinburgh as a city. I've been there a few times.
I've never been to Scotland, unfortunately. I've been to Wales. Wales is really nice. I do like Wales.
I've always wanted to do the North Coast 500. It's something it's been on my bucket list for ages, where you go or go all up round to past Dundee and Aberdeen.
Is that the one that they're calling like the Route 60?
Yeah, like the Scottish Route 66 or whatever it is.
Sorry, Toby, I got to cut you off now.
All right.
We're nearing it. I'm so sorry. All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop sketching, everybody. There we go. Time has gone off. If you could all hold up your sketches to the camera, please try and zoom out. Make sure you get it in frame. Make sure that we can see it, and obviously, please try and hold it as still as possible as well, because obviously some shake is bad when we're taking a screenshot. So please just try and keep it as straight and as flat as possible.
Oh, wow. Some of them are really cool.
They're really good. It's amazing just a little bit more time, the amount of detail people can deliver.
This is nuts.
Yep, just keep them held up, guys. That's good. It's all flat. It's all still.
Apparently someone's camera's not opening on the chat.
What's this? Noor Lamine.
14.
Let's see.
They were up. I think they're up now. The camera's up for number 14. Just waiting for the confirmation. And there we go, everybody. That's it. Thank you very much. You can put them all down now. Yeah. And I think we're saying quick goodbye to the judges for a little bit as they go to deliberate for the next round. Now then, for everybody who is still here, we've got something coming up now that will help you win a phone stand. Woo! And this is everybody can play this. Everybody on YouTube, Instagram, and the Zoom chat right now. You're all welcome to play this to try and win a phone stand. Toby and I will be doing a quiz. And what you want to do is there is a quiz form in the chat right now for in the Zoom chat. So if you open up that form, we'll be going through the questions right now, and then after we've gone through them, we'll we'll stop, and then you'll get them in, and then I think the winners will be chosen at random, whoever got the most answers to win a phone stand. I think we've got about 10 to give away. So again, YouTube, Instagram, and Zoom, please feel free to take part, because you can all have a little quick chance to win an MIB phone stand. So Toby, are you ready?
I'm ready.
But
I feel like you ever see Gladiators, where it's like contender.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it on Challenge, because Challenge just recycles programs. So yeah. All right then. Well, I'm just making sure I've got some stuff up on the phone. One thing to note is that Toby and I will have some hints for you. So if you're getting really, really stuck, please put a message in the chat or raise your hand or something. Same for if you're on YouTube. I think Toby, would you mind checking the YouTube chat just in case anybody needs hints? Let me know
not a problem.
About the hints, because I've got a list of hints. So everybody, hope you're all watching the screen. Can you see that, Toby, the quiz?
I can see that, Pav.
Yeah. So everybody on Zoom, if you just load up the link in the chat, you can obviously answer the questions as we go through them. And the more you get right, the better chance you have of winning a phone stand. So number one, head over to the Google form. It is linked in the Zoom chat and YouTube comments. Please use the form to submit the answers. We've got about 10 minutes roughly to go through them. So you got as long as it takes before round 4 starts to get them in. After round 4 starts, I think the form's going to be locked. So don't think we're going to tell you any answers before the form is locked. We will obviously try and provide some clues if we can. And we've got 10 phone stands to win. So good luck, everybody. And here we go. So the first one is some design anagrams. We've got 6 on the screen. Obviously, please don't put them in the chat if you know them. Please put them on the Google form. And yeah, if you need any help, I'm going to need Toby's help to tell me if there's any comments, because I can't actually see anything. So
Right, man. I will moderate to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Yeah, I have all the hints, so just tell me. Good luck.
It's working out very well.
I have a feeling Dan has left his mic on. No, it's not Dan. Who is it then?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Anybody need any help in the comments, Toby? Or does everybody seem to be dealing with it quite well?
I think everyone's got a pretty firm grasp on this.
Okay, that's good.
And they've got full set of markers, but it's sketching, so it didn't really matter.
I would very much like to know whose mic is on though, because I can't work it out.
Try going into gallery, not gallery, the speaker view, because they pop up, wouldn't they? Well, I mean, you can't hear them now, but yeah.
Yeah, I think whoever it is has clocked it.
How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right with the anagrams? Because I've got to be honest with you, I had a look at these before I knew the answers, and some of them are pretty hard, to be honest.
I think the first one's probably the toughest one.
Really? I thought the last one was the toughest one, because I just didn't know what it was supposed to be. I feel like number 4 was easy, I think.
Yeah. Nice. When did you study at Brunel? Now. Now is when I studied.
Who's asking this?
This from Nora Lameen in the Zoom chat. First year was 2017, and I'm in my final year now, obviously.
Same for me.
Same for Pav.
Same, yeah. Yeah. It's looking like no one needs any hints for this. So
I think let's move on.
Should we move on to the next one? All right. I know that the anagrams are visible in the form, so they are. If you're worried that you're not going to miss them, that they are on the form written down, so you can just do them straight off the form. You don't need to look at this to do that. But obviously, if you want any hints, we can still give hints for this one throughout. So if you just need any help, please put it in either of the chats, and we'll be happy to help out. Let's go over to the next one. So the next one is and you just called it Design Linky, and the aim of the game is to basically answer the 4 questions, and then there's like a common theme for all of them. So in this case, the example, if someone becomes very angry, they're said to hit the what or hit the roof. So the first answer is roof. What is a common name for sharp-pointed edges of a saw or comb? Teeth. What was the shape of Salvador Dali's famous red sofa? Lips. And then what is the name for a shoe flap that acts as guard between the laces and the foot? And that's tongue. And then obviously all 4 of those together kind of reference the mouth. So the answer is mouth as the link. So there you go. That's you get the mark for you get the point for the mouth, basically, not for anything else, but you get it for what the link is. Juliet on the chat said she'd like a hint. I don't know what she would like which one she would like a hint for of the anagrams. But
is this on the
YouTube chat? Yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I can see that Juliet would like a hint, but I just need to know which one.
Let me ask.
I'll put it the next Design Linky while we go for the. There we go. There's the first Design Linky. I think there's about four of them. I
think our judges are back as well, so we might have to curtail this and make it the last round.
Okay. Well, I'll try and rush through all of them as much as I can. She'd like a hint. She wants one for all of them. So the hint for the first one, which is car Imogen, is comfort is key. For Dorks Islo, the hint is fillets, extrudes, cuts, projected curves. Can you tell me a little bit more? For Aid Tony, it's at the end of it, you should have at least 30 concepts. For Joel Passu, it's one of our beloved staff members. For Band Muriel, it's who are you meeting with right now? And then Eros Humdingers is a design-related Instagram account that is all too accurate. So there we have that there. For round 2, the Design Linky that you're looking at now, I'm guessing. To be honest, I don't think there are any actual hints for this one. So.
No, unless you can think of any other links related to the link.
I think this one's quite cool, obviously, because the hints are the questions, basically. Like all 4 are the hints, which is quite cool.
Mm.
So there we have it. I'm going to flick through them pretty quickly, guys. My apologies. The pictures are still available on the form for you to fill in. So you can fill them in still if you're worried about that.
I would be terrible at this.
Sam, I'm pretty sure that is your cat purring.
Oh my god, can you hear her?
I think so. I really hope that's what it is. Otherwise, I've just massively put my foot through it. It is, yeah.
She sat down next to me, but I didn't think anyone would hear it.
No, just vibing. I love that.
Straight up vibing. I guess because you got the big headphones on as well.
Yeah. Oh dear.
That's so bad.
I'm quite tuned into it as well because I've got a cat as well. So
What's your one called?
My cat's called Sim.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Although I've shut him out at the moment, so he's not that happy with me.
I really should have done the same with her, but she headbutted to come in.
Making more noise.
See you in the show. How are we doing on the quiz, Pav?
I think we're going to call it a day on the quiz there.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Don't worry though. I think the Google Drive link will be open for a couple of more minutes. So please just try and get down as many answers as you can in that. So obviously, if you're on YouTube, that's fine because you're not sketching. But if you are sketching, I would maybe submit now. Please make sure you do hit the submit button at the end and don't just close it. That way you'll actually get your answers in. And then we will reveal the results, and then we'll also reveal the winners of the phone stands later on as well in this. So please just make sure you're here for that, basically. But now we will go through the winners, or as I say winners, the people who are through to the next round. So just give me 1 second to check that.
Toby, you've got some fan mail.
Yeah, I'm just replying actually. Yes, thank you very much, Nora Lamine.
All right then, guys. Are you ready to find out who's through to round 4?
I am.
All right then. As a reminder, please, once you're done, go over to the YouTube, keep watching to find out who the winners are for the phone stands. And yeah, but for now, I will share the screen, and here we go. So this is everybody who's through to round 4. Well done if you're there for getting through. Like I said, if you're not, don't worry. Just go over to the YouTube. You can carry on watching there. But obviously we've got some as well. So Toby, I don't know if you want to go around and maybe spotlight some people.
Yeah, I'll quickly run around and do the highlights. To navigate my way through.
Actually, you know what? I've got it because I've got the names. It's all right.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll do that. So the first one is Chris. So Chris, if you could hold up your J'adore Dior bottle, we'll be quickly spotlighting that. Have a quick look at that. Look at that. There we go. There we go.
So my camera's reversed, which is why I struggle with this, because it's all opposite to what I move one way and it goes the other.
Mm-hmm. No, you've done an amazing job.
Looks really good.
Yeah. So there we go. Let me just search for the next person. My apologies for, I'm going to butcher the name. I don't even want to attempt it. Zahai?
Zahoy, yeah.
Zahoy, okay. Hi. Yeah, yours was spotlighted as a shout out. Well done. That looks awesome.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Great work on the shadow on that.
Very nice how the shadow's transparent. A bit.
Lines as well. Really nice lines.
It's really nice to see on them last two, for instance, just seeing the thickness of the glass as well. Just go around and where it just like touches with the bottom where it's slightly thicker. It's really nice.
Next up, we got Henry Leeson, showing off his one there. Shout out to Henry for that. It's quite cool. Got the colour in there as well, which is quite nice. And I'm still searching for August. I think it's pronounced August. My apologies again. There we go. Look at that. Really nice rendering there. So there we go. There's our 4 shout outs. well done to everybody who made it through. Well done, especially for everybody who we gave a shout out to there. Right then, I think the purge has taken place. Who is ready for round 4? Toby, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready for round 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Same again, guys. Just make sure you've obviously got your stuff ready, new page ready to go. I'll be keeping track of the time as always. Just make sure you hold everything up nicely in frame as you did last time and keep it all still. Here we go then. Round 4. We would like to test your exploded drawing skills. So we would like you to draw that computer mouse exploded. And you got about 15 minutes to complete that. And your time starts now. There we go. 15 minutes have started to have a go at some exploded drawings.
Mm.
Again, please make sure you've got the Google Doc up as well, because that way you'll know exactly what mouse we want you to draw. Those images there are courtesy of Alex D'Souza for his beautiful rendering there on KeyShot, exploding a mouse there and rendering that out. So thank you, big thank you to Alex there. Toby, do you have a lot of skill with exploded drawings?
I can do them. It's not something I would say I'm like pro at. Yeah, this one I like this round. I think this round's a cool round because it throws it back to the workshop, the mice that we make in the workshop. It's really cool. I remember that quite vividly. So yeah, just we thought it would be a little bit too easy if we just asked you to explode like that mouse model. So yeah, we've chosen a proper one this time.
So Dan's just put in the chat how many people are still sketching. It should be about 10 people, I think. It's down to about 10 now. Should be sketching.
So yeah, massive well done for making it this far. Yeah, man, it's quite like I don't know about you, but I'm quite tired. I've done nothing. I've just sat here and whittled away, but I am quite tired, so I can't imagine how like the guys that are actually sketching are holding up, because it's quite an intense thing, isn't it, when you've got that time pressure going on. But yeah, awesome job from the guys still left sketching.
Thankfully, it's only a couple of rounds. It's just this one and the final round left, so it should be all good there. Not long now before we crown a winner of the Sketch Off 2021. But yeah,
first and hopefully last virtual Sketch Off.
Hopefully, yeah. Gotta be honest with you. Again, I've never been to a Sketch Off, but when I was told the previous ones had pizza, I was a bit angry that we didn't get pizza this year. So
yeah, it wasn't quite in the remit of the mid budget this year to ship pizza out to everyone that signed up for the Sketch Off, as much as we would have liked to.
What's your go-to pizza order, Toby? Go on.
Is that where we're going with this?
No, we're going this because I wanted to ask, because obviously Steve did a pizza holder for the
That's
launch,
true.
right?
That's true.
So I was actually going to go around and just ask yourself,
That's true.
everybody, what their pizza preference is that they would keep in that, basically.
Yeah. See, no, I like the tie-in. Classic pepperoni.
Same for me. Classic
pepperoni. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Wait, that's not the saying, is it?
If it ain't broken, they don't fix it. No.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. God, I can't even get the most basic. Anyway. Yeah, pepperoni all the way.
Pepperoni all the way. During our first year, when we had to do exploded drawings mandatory for DP1 esquisse, my group exploded a weighing scales. We bought some weighing scales on Amazon and exploded that. What did your group do?
I believe we did like a little Bluetooth portable speaker.
Oh, okay.
With that, I remember thinking that one was quite nice, because I think what I ended up doing, I mean, Nora Lamine will know this because it was in the year one portfolio. But I think what I ended up doing was exploding the main body out with the PCB as one like element, and then doing like a little magnified zoom in kind of explosion of the PCB off to the side.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah, so I can remember that one quite well because obviously you don't want to waste time trying to detail all those tiny little PCB components. But no, weighing scales, are they mechanical or like electronic?
No, they were digital. They were digital electronic ones that we it was about £5 on Amazon. The point is it was cheap, right? Because we did it as a group project.
Yeah.
I remember trying to just break stuff apart to try and separate it all to do this.
I saw some crazy ones because I can remember there's a group that did like a hairdryer or something, and they took it all apart, and obviously you have that like coiled up for the resistance to generate the heat. You have this coiled wire, and I looked at that. I took one look at that and was like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, why? That's an awful thing to try and draw. Who did the hairdryer? Was it you?
Yeah, guilty.
You did the hairdryer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but like, why would you do that to yourself? With like that.
So many parts in it.
God, like.
That's no idea.
God damn. Yeah.
I think our main goal was to find one with no items, like just minimal internal detail, basically. Why we went for a scale. So
probably worth going round and checking out how people are getting on with this.
Yeah. Just let everybody know. We've got about 9 minutes left as of right now. 9 minutes left. So we've had 6 minutes. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Yeah. Shall I start going around spotlighting people?
Sure.
Yeah. All right then.
Oh, this is nice. This is really good. Really detailed.
Really nice and neat. Yeah.
And straight in with pen too.
Confidence. I like that.
I think he's made perspective marks in pencil, which is quite nice as well.
Yes, I think so. That shows good technique, though, doesn't it? Very confident line work.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
My spotlight just disappeared, but all right.
Are you?
There we go. Try that now.
There you go. This one's a little further blown out, but get an idea of what's going on. You've got paint set up in the background.
Ah.
Good old Microsoft Paint, the OG photo editing software.
The OG photo editing software, which in our podcast lost out to Photoshop.
It's surprise. Yeah, the classic designer's desk there as well.
Just a lot of pen.
With stuff everywhere. Highly and thoroughly relatable.
Beautiful sight.
Exuding creativity, I think.
That's one word for it.
Well, this is exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be.
Tell that to my mother.
Well, if you want to bring her through, Toby,
it's not. My room's not a mess. It's just exuding creativity.
I'm going to use that one in future. This looks like it might be very precise.
You can see the concentration here because even the headphones have come off, just so there's total focus on the drawing.
It's very interesting because you've got to of course you're layering the mouse and then you can almost replicate it going down because I think it's a bit like an isometric view, isn't it? And then you're going to have, of course, these sections that are coming out, and it'll be interesting to see how people make sure they're all parallel, all nicely. Like you can imagine them just sliding back all together into the original mouse.
So about 6 minutes left, guys, for everybody who's listening. 6 minutes left.
15 minutes is not a long time.
No, it's not long. Here's the challenge.
I don't make the rules, guys. I don't make the rules.
I would be so stressed right now.
You're absolutely right, George, about making it appear like it's all, exploding in a nice vertical line, so it's all being layered. And a technique that we sometimes used is joining the interface parts or the assembly fixing components with lines, with leader lines that almost indicate one part is fixing on here, the next part is fixing on there. Really nice technique that just accentuates that linear explosion.
Definitely.
This one's very nice.
Yeah, this is great.
Good.
Yeah.
Again, I like that thicker outline to it as well.
Yeah.
Love a bit of thick outline.
I think that's the key thing, especially it's easier for us to see, but having that thick outer line, but also still having quite a thick inner line just to so that pops as well. But yeah, the outer line mainly.
It's a good technique of drawing even an assembled product to have a thicker line around each of the individual components within that assembled product, because that just communicates the fact that you've got different components assembled together. Nice technique.
Exactly, and especially if they're overlapping, that's when it becomes the most important, because you just won't be able to distinguish it if you didn't.
One thing that can be helpful in exploded views and teaching exploded views is to use some really, really thin construction lines, very thin ones.
I think I tend to use those kind of really thin construction lines, kind of like track, like where screws are coming in or out,
Exactly.
like the tiny little thumbnail. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know how we're doing for time, Pav.
We have got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
You've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. I mean, the guys that got through have put themselves in a pretty good position to win that top prize.
The top
which
prize,
is the
3D printer.
The 3D printer.
Yeah.
So it's they're a round away.
So this, I'd really like. I would really like the cutting mat with the knives. That's my kind of thing. Yeah.
For someone so digital, that surprises me.
No, I do like. I remember I answered print to our poll question, so I definitely, yeah. I do like some knives. Knives are good.
Are you sure you want to be advertising that?
Yeah.
you really do need to work on your phrasing sometimes, man.
I like cutting knives. We're good cutting knives. I'm not a huge fan of kitchen knives, but cutting knives, craft knives are quite really nice. Do you like them?
Thanks for reaffirming.
I've got one. It's a blue foam color. Just because.
You have a blue foam. You have a blue foam knife.
Yeah, I have a blue foam colored knife.
Right, that makes more sense. I thought you were saying your knife was made out of blue foam for a second.
No. Let me see if I can find it.
It just objectively defeats the point of a knife.
I can't find it. My blue foam knife. Where is it?
Was it the one that the design meme page came out with?
Yeah, I think it was exactly that one. Yeah.
The one.
That's a great channel.
It's a good one. Blue foam dust on Instagram. It's really good.
Yeah. Very relatable.
Yeah. It was $10, free shipping to the UK. I was like, I'm doing it, and it came with some spare knives as well, so it's quite nice.
I've seen so many memes of just just people that eyeing them, like eyeing loads of Copics up, and then just money everywhere. Just they're so expensive, but
yeah. All right, 1 minute 30 is remaining for everybody. I can spotlight some other people.
Pav, I don't know if you've seen the YouTube chat.
I have not. No, what's going on?
But Jonathan Roscoe says this video will later be found in evidence.
Oh,
in reference to you, I think.
Yeah, if they if someone's been killed with a blue foam knife, it's me.
Oh dear.
If I find it, then it's me. Oh, I've lost it now. I just got to find it again.
Let's go.
About 50
let's go
seconds
around.
left. $30 seconds remaining for everybody. I think the judges might have a tough time with this because they all look really good.
The last round was hard enough.
Oh, look at this, breaking out the shading.
Oh.
All right, here we go, Toby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pencils down. Stop sketching. All right, if you could just everybody hold up your drawings to the camera. Again, if you can hold them hopefully still, make sure you kind of zoom out a little bit so that we can just, make sure we frame it correctly and we can actually screenshot it. That'd be really appreciated. And again, please make sure you got your number as well. To everybody's put it on a post-it note. That's a good idea. I probably should have said that. That's a good idea. Yeah. You don't have to keep writing it every time then.
Got some insane sketches.
Very good.
Yeah. Just waiting for a confirmation.
Yeah, we're cool.
There we go. All right then. There we go. Thank you everybody for holding up your photos. We appreciate it. I think the judges will be going now, and I think only 5 people will be progressing through to the grand final. So good luck to everybody for that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to confirm that has Enya, if you're listening, has the Google form been closed now? Has it been shut off?
Silence.
Yeah. I was waiting for a yes or something. Because I was going to go through the answers, but I don't want to go through the answers if you can still submit. That's yeah.
Let's see if we can track Enya down.
I still haven't got a response. I don't know. Shall I just go for it? Yep. All right. We can go through it. We can go through it. So everybody who is taking part in that, well done. Thank you for getting your stuff in. Again, we will show you the results, people who've won the phone holders in this later on. So please obviously stay tuned for that. But for now, we're going to be going through the answers. So Toby, up on your screen now, you can probably see the anagrams.
Indeed.
Go for it. What do you think? What are you thinking?
Well, the first one.
Do you know the answers, by the way? Because I know the answers. So.
No, I don't.
Okay, this is good. Right, here we go.
No.
That's why I'm asking you.
The first one is ergonomic.
That is correct. The first one is ergonomic. Well done. Yeah, ergonomic.
So I'm gonna go through them in the order that I worked them out. So the first one is ergonomic.
Yeah.
The fourth one is our beloved Paul Joss.
That is also correct. Yeah, Paul Joss. Well done.
The third one.
Yeah.
Is SolidWorks.
Yeah, SolidWorks for number 3. Yeah, well done.
And the fifth one, Band Muriel, is made in Brunel.
That is correct. Yeah, number 5 is made in Brunel. Yeah. Have you managed to work out 2 and 6 as well?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you. Number 2, the The hint was at the end of it, you should have at least 30 concepts. You got any idea?
Oh, it's ideation.
It's ideation. Yeah, well done. It's
Oh.
ideation. All right. And then number 6, the hint is a design-related Instagram account that is all too accurate. The answer for that is designer's humor.
Oh, I wouldn't
Which
have got
I think that's a hard one. I think that's
that.
a hard one.
I wouldn't have got that. No.
Ah, right. But there you go. Well done for the ones you did get. Now onto the design linky. So let's just go through and answer these. I actually don't know the answers to each of the questions, but I know the final answer.
Oh, okay.
We've got
opposite
blank.
of a U.
Yeah.
Opposite of a U is a ram.
Is a ram. Yeah.
American head teacher is principal.
Yeah.
10 Commandments.
Yeah.
And brawn.
Yeah, that is correct. So the answer is
Dieter Rams.
Dieter Rams is the link. Well done. Yeah, Dieter Rams was the link there.
You get the first one. You get the last one. You're most of the way there.
Yeah. Ram and brawn. You get it. Yeah. All right. Next one.
Fill in the missing lyric. Oh no, 5 Spice Girls. Sporty, baby, posh, scary.
Ginger.
Oh, ginger.
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 Yeah. Ginger.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and eyes and ears.
Ears. So ginger ears.
Ginger ears. Dutch. Oh, I got it. It's Van Gogh.
It is. Well done.
It's Van Gogh.
Yeah.
The main ingredient for palm, rapeseed, and what other oil? I don't know. Olive.
Maybe I unfortunately don't know the answer to that one either.
I don't know.
But
I know
think
the last one.
Van Gogh, yeah.
If anyone knows the answer to question 4 there, then let us know because I don't know what floor is made out of.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell directed and starred in the film
Sunflower.
Oh, Sunflower.
Sunflower.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That makes so much sense.
Oh, for goodness sake. To be fair, it's been a long day. That's Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Someone bit there. I've got Cannon.
Brother Cannon.
Houses of Parliament Source.
I don't know the remaining 2.
Which race course hosts the Derby?
I got the answer from the first 2, but I don't actually know what the final 2 answers are.
I can't even get the answer for the first 2. Brother Cannon.
Yeah.
Cannon. Brother.
Shall I tell you the answer?
Cannon. Yeah.
They're printers.
Brother?
Yeah, Brother make printers. Brother's a printer brand.
Wouldn't have got that. Didn't know that. I have no idea what the last 2 either mean. Which racecourse hosts the Derby and is a printer?
I mean, we could just list printers, but unfortunately, I don't actually know that. Yeah.
I don't know what the Houses of Parliament source is either.
HP.
Oh, it's HP source. Oh God.
Oh, for God's sake.
I knew one of them had to be HP, but I was looking for something Hewlett somewhere or something. But
dear, oh dear.
You're right, HP. I do not know the race course one.
No, neither do I.
To whoever's yelling out the answers, thank you. Honestly, we don't know.
We're useless. Absolutely useless.
Anyway, we'll go with that one because we know it's printer. And this one, they're in the wrong order on my thing, but it's absolutely fine.
So that's traffic cone.
Cone, yeah.
Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas and the modern structure at the heart, a pyramid.
Yeah.
Name. So what's that? Cone, pyramid. Name the small
that's
cube.
a cube. Yeah.
They're all shapes?
Yeah, they're all 3D shapes. 3D primitives. Yeah.
We'll go with that one because we know it's printer, and this one here.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. All right. Now
that
we're
last
move...
one was fine.
It was all right. It was good. We're going to move on to the third round, which we didn't talk through because of time restrictions. So I don't think we're counting them as marks. So obviously, if you got them, well done. You got them. You got some extra points. But I don't think we're counting them as actual points, basically. So if you didn't get over to answering these when you were on YouTube and you were doing the form, don't worry about it. We had to skip it, but don't worry. We'll do it now as a bit of a fun game. Got some close-up images here, Toby. I don't know if you've already seen them. Have you?
No.
All right. Well then, hit
See,
me.
you sent me this quiz, but I just like I haven't looked at it at all.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's good. It makes for a good game. So, do you want to go through Toby and see what everything is? Tell us what everything is.
I mean, I can get 2 or 3 of them off the bat.
Well, should we just work our way across?
Yeah, go on.
Go on. So, what's the first one then?
That's a PlayStation.
That is correct.
2 controller. I think it's
Well
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation. Yeah. Next one across.
Don't know.
It's a Rubik's cube. Rubik's cube.
It's a Rubik's cube.
Yeah, it's a zoomed in picture Rubik's cube.
I wouldn't have got that.
Do you know the next one?
It's a camera of some sort.
Yeah, it's a Polaroid 1-step.
Nah, I wouldn't have got the exact camera.
Yeah, I was the same place as you. I didn't get the camera either. Next one across.
I just I think Zerhui.
照着这个画，
对，它就是让你画那个爆炸图，然后就
什么叫爆炸图？
噗，就这个。
It sounds like there's some intense chat going on.
There is some intense chat going on.
画爆炸图。
Hang on a second.
然后这个是要体现玻璃和水的那个质感，然后这个是要画那个故事板。然后第一个。
There we go.
Sorted.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. Do you know the next one across the fourth one along? I got that one. I got it straight away. I was quite proud of myself.
Yeah, I think there's someone in the chat as well. Nora Lamine as well. That's Juicy Salif.
Juicy Salif.
From
yeah.
Stark.
Philippe Stark.
Yeah.
All right. Next one across. I knew it. I didn't know the name. I forgot the name.
Is it that chair? Is it a
chair? It is that chair. Yeah,
well done. Is it the curvy chair?
It's the Panton chair. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Didn't know that's what it was called, but
Panton chair. No, well done. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Next one. We're gonna go down underneath the PlayStation.
Oh, it's the Go on. It's the Scandinavian lamp. Is it Paulson? It's the lamp. I can draw it. It's like.
It's all right. It's all right. You are right. It is the lamp. It is the artichoke lamp.
Oh yeah.
Artichoke lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like a Bratz doll.
It looked like a Bratz doll to me as well. It's actually a Barbie doll.
Oh, is it a Barbie doll?
Barbie doll. Yeah, I thought it was a Bratz doll as well. I originally said Bratz doll. Next one.
That's the Lockheed Lounge.
That is correct. I didn't get that one.
No, I knew that one. That's Mark Newsom.
Yeah, I know the next two.
I don't know that. Oh, the last one's a Lego brick.
The last one's a Lego brick. Well done. That's easy. That's the Lego bricks in there. Yeah.
And the second from last one, I have no idea.
I know that. That is a Walkman. That's a Sony Walkman.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's the up arrow and because it's the side of a Sony Walkman. It's I know it. I know. I think my uncle's got one. So yeah.
Couldn't get that one.
Yeah, I've got a couple actually. I think I've got a Walkman Sport. I've got one of the bright yellow ones, which is quite cool. So, yeah.
I thought it was a bandsaw. Brilliant. I believe our judges are back now.
Are they back? Are they back? Are we ready to go?
Which means one thing.
We have our final five, but just please bear with me while I just confirm that we have our final five.
That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? What was it? Steve Harvey did at the Miss Universe competition.
I've seen that meme.
Wearing the envelope and just said the wrong name.
All right, we do have our final five. So I'm going to get ready to screen share that. Just a reminder, everybody, over to the YouTube. If you don't make it, but again, thank you for everybody for participating. We have our final five. We're about to reveal them now. Actually, you know what? I should probably actually start the presentation before I reveal them. That would be a good idea. There we go. All right. Here we go, guys. There we go. Well done to everybody up there. Well done to everybody there for getting through for your top five. Great job, everybody.
There we go.
Should we go around and do our shout outs?
Let's do our shout outs.
Let's do our shout outs. All right then.
Pab, are you ready to shout out?
Yeah, just a reminder, the So Close unfortunately didn't make it. It's the top five that are listed are the ones I get through. So Close, you were obviously very close to making it through. But thank you very much. So yeah, we'll go through that. So I'll start off with with Chris there. Take a look at crisps. Chris's. Oh, my brain. Chris's for great rendering there. Well done, Chris.
Thank you.
There we go. And then we'll go over to Henry in a second when I swap back and I find Henry's. There we go. There we go. There's Henry's for a beautiful amount of detail on there.
That's cool, isn't it?
Look at that. That's really cool. That's really cool. And it's in the thick black pen that we like, Toby.
It is. It is. Very cool.
There we go.
So, if we have a look at who's left. That is Chris, Henry. Yep.
Yeah. Is everybody in? Is everybody ready?
I believe so.
So it should be Dan, Henry, Nura, Malene, August, and Chris.
We got Dan, we've got Henry, we've got Nora Malene, August, and Chris. Yep.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
everybody in. Here we go, guys. This is getting tense. Final round. It's the final round of sketching, so we're looking for some amazing stuff here, guys. And just remember, this is for the printer, so we're going to really go for it. Yeah. All right then. Same as always, I will be sharing, and then make sure you've got the Google Doc loaded up as well. Let me just get my timer ready. All right then, guys. Here we go. We want you to draw. We want to test your rendering skills, and we want you to draw and render the Bradley timepiece that you can see over there. You have 20 minutes to do it, and your time starts now. There we go. Good luck, everybody.
This is going to be good.
It's going to be really interesting, the different, what perspective I think people will take. Will they do something that's quite 3D? Will like some of the examples you have there, which is quite straight up, like it's like the leather strap is like completely straight. So
yeah, I think that's worth reiterating actually. With this final challenge, the kind of perspective, the orientation that you go for is up to you. We've provided some reference images there, but don't feel obliged to copy any one of those perspectives entirely. If you think there's a better orientation that showcases materials or form better, then you're absolutely free to go for it. I'm gonna very briefly direct the conversation into a tangent that me and Pav were talking about. The race course that hosts the Derby, Pav.
Yeah, I still haven't found out who it is.
That is also a printer.
Yeah, apparently. Does anybody
Epsom.
actually know the answer? Is it Epsom?
Epsom.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, Epsom. Thank you to Nathan O'Toole on YouTube for that one, because I had absolutely no idea. Yeah. So, question for the judges actually. What have you been most impressed by? Obviously, you've seen now like 100+ sketches. What are a couple of things that have stood out, maybe kind of like generally speaking, amongst the sketches you've seen?
I would say some really strong lines. Some of the participants have got really strong lines, and some of them use a good balance between light and shadow to bring that form to life.
I mean, it's extremely useful for the way we're kind of doing it, isn't it? This year, very important.
Yeah.
Steve, anything else that stood out for you?
Yeah, I think the boldness of some of the sketching has been really excellent. I mean, people are under pressure. They've got lots of people looking at them, whether it's over Zoom or over YouTube. So there's a bit of pressure there, isn't there? But actually the boldness with which people are drawing, because we're definitely seeing the form, the sculpture of the objects that they're drawing is been really excellent. I think for this one particularly, Toby, the Bradley timepiece, one of the key elements of getting this right is going to be the ellipses, because you've got a number of
They're all concentric, aren't they?
Yeah, a number of concentric ellipses here when you're drawing this in perspective. And actually, this is going to be a challenge, and is going to be what determines a very good sketch from something that's less good. So a bit of focus on that will be required. But I've absolutely every confidence in the 5 finalists, because they've demonstrated a real ability to understand and communicate form in the sketches. So yeah, great.
Awesome. And finally, actually, a slight variety on the question I'll pose to both George and Sam. Do you think you would have won this year? If you'd have entered, do you think you would have won this year?
I would give it a go, but I can't say. I would say over and all, but I would. I'll give it my best shot.
That's a very, very diplomatic response.
I know exactly. I was able.
George is so modest. His sketching is incredible. I wouldn't have even made it through second round. I don't think so. But yeah, it's a really there's some really good drawings in here, especially some really good rendering skills too. So
awesome. Well, we are into the final round now. Pav, how are we doing for time?
We have just had 4 minutes, so we've got about 16 minutes left.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're good for time.
There's plenty of time for people to kind of put some nice detail on there. I think if I was going to give one tip, which again, feel free to ignore me as someone's not particularly good at marker rendering, but try and capture the texture on that strap. It's got quite a distinctive kind of fabric-y woven texture to it, and it'd be interesting to see how people might approach that. There you go, food for thought.
Do you know anybody who has a Bradley timepiece? I thought I heard that someone on the MIB team had a Bradley timepiece.
I think I think you do know who has a Bradley timepiece.
If I had to throw a name out there, I'd say either Luca or Ollie.
Yeah, it is Ollie.
It is Ollie. All right. Well,
it's a bit of a meme at this point, isn't it? Ollie,
I think so. I do have one.
Yeah, there he is. Hello, Ollie.
Right, guys.
Yeah, let's see the real thing, Ollie.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me find it. It's in the corner of my room somewhere.
I was about to say, don't turn on your camera if you're in any kind of compromising position.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. Let me turn it on. It's a bit broken. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Look at that.
Can we spotlight that?
Very nice.
Oh.
We can spotlight that.
How much was that bad boy?
I think it's broken. It was 200 quid. So not the cheapest thing in the world. But it is lovely.
But it is, for people that don't know, maybe the people sketching aren't familiar, it's designed as a watch for visually impaired.
Yeah, so it's designed to be a tactile watch. So you've got the hour hand is on the outside with a little ball bearing, and then the minute hand is in the middle with the ball bearing, and then all of the individual hour hands are raised, so you can feel them. But it's just a great piece of design because it's like, it looks good, but it still works for blind people really well.
Yeah, it's a really neat way of approaching the issue.
Yeah, definitely.
How strong is the magnet that holds or moves the ball bearing? Because I'm just a bit worried if you knock it, won't it move out of?
Every time I wear it, I just in the little ball bearings because it's more fun than using the watch.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's just a really nice piece.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Ollie, for showing that.
Yeah, thank you, Ollie, for being our live model.
Yeah. There you go. Remove the spotlight. Okay, there we go.
What was it about life drawing?
Oh dear.
Should we have a look? So what people are drawing? Should we do some spotlights?
Yeah, let's do the rounds.
All right, then here we go.
Detail here. You can see the subtle pencil.
Yeah.
This is some precision.
I can remember ellipses were by far the thing that took me the longest to get down. And even now, they're hit and miss at best. Especially like getting the concentric spacing.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Like, especially, I think the wider you go your ellipse, like the more to an actual circle, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
So for instance, sorry.
No.
I was just saying, if like for instance, again, if the more angled you let's say angle the watch, I think it'll be a bit easier to do, because I don't know, it's.
No, I get exactly where you're coming
hard
from.
to explain, but it's.
I get it because it like if you're drawing something that's not quite a circle, you've got to be very careful to make sure that everything else matches that perfectly, because otherwise people will look at it and go, "Oh, well, that's nearly a circle."
Yeah, exactly.
And then it will look off. But if you've got something that's very deliberately at an angle, like a slightly narrower ellipse, then it's a lot easier it's a lot easier to disguise if any of the other kind of bits don't quite match. So I get exactly where you're coming from there.
And exactly, and I think that's quite a nice angle as well, because you can focus on quite a lot of the side of the watch as well, and you can really emphasize that with the contrast of where the light's going and where the shadow is too.
Yeah, we saw like when Ollie just held it up there how thick the actual watch was. Like it's quite a lot of detail on the side of it. So who are we looking at here? Augusta.
The trick, Toby and Pav, is to get your construction lines correct. You know, it's all in the construction. If you can get those construction lines in, then the ellipses will form. So that's part of the trick of it.
Drawing tips with Steve.
That's why I'm here.
It quite literally is. By the way. No, it's been great having all you guys, and thank you so much for dedicating your Thursday evening for this. We really do appreciate it. Who are we looking at the moment? Henry.
We're looking at Henry.
Looking at Henry.
I think Henry's a first year, so big up Henry for getting this far. Well done.
Ooh, those were satisfying lines.
Just fading away.
Yeah. Some really nice, neat lines on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're back with Dan.
I don't.
love the penguin.
Yeah, is that how intense it's got? The Mr. Frosty's out of it. He's gone.
Just let everybody know we're past halfway now. We've got about 9 minutes. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. Yeah.
Enya's busy marveling at Dan's camera quality, which, to be fair, looking crisp. I can see Mr. Frosty in tremendous high definition detail. Checking on YouTube. Still got about 50 people watching on YouTube, which is kind of cool.
That's quite good, yeah. I think unfortunately Alex had to stop the Instagram stream, but we are still going on YouTube, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I've been streaming for about two hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Nora Malene has her camera on, so yeah.
Let's look on gallery.
Oh, there we go. Camera's on now.
Oh, sweet, cool.
We can spotlight now. Here we go. Let's get in. Oh, it's a bit blurry, but we're all good. It's the final image that matters, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's not the journey.
But it's interesting. We've got some different views here, because obviously we're currently seeing obviously the strap wrap around, whereas obviously a lot of people have chosen to do a side kind of angle. And we've got another doing the the complete band.
That's a bold move.
It's nice that you can see the buckle.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the first one we've seen where we've got the buckle in there.
Some very neat tram lines there.
Mm.
Very well executed.
Just a reminder to everybody as well. It's we would like you to kind of render it as well if you do have the time. So if everybody could get over to rendering, that'd be appreciated. But yeah, we've got about 6 minutes left on this, so crunching down.
I can see both. Oh, yeah, no, that works too.
Did you want me to go back? I can go back.
No, this works too because demonstrating the same thing. I was about to say I can see color on a few of these.
That's looking really nice, though.
That does look pretty slick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very stylistic, very quite unique, and sometimes it's really good.
Very designery.
Designery, yeah.
Very, very portfolio.
That's quite nice. Again, it's like, especially when you're in industry, it's about showing these out really quickly. And again, if you can throw down some big lines to just show what it looks like and stuff, or emphasize something, even better.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep them on a rotation.
Yeah.
So you can see the progress gradually.
Give airtime to all our finalists. I think they probably deserve it. They've been sketching for like 2 hours now, so
this is it. This is the final round, so they have to worry. They'll be put out of their misery in a bit.
Well, they still got to wait for the results. So
that's true. They have to listen to us for 10 minutes while they wait.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, if you're watching on the YouTube, I know that Alex has now done all 5 main ones showing at the same time, which is quite cool.
Yes, I've just seen that.
How long have they got left?
They've got about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes to go.
Oh wow, it's not long.
Way to build the tension there. I see Dan breaking out the little electric eraser for highlights.
I never knew these things existed.
Did you not?
No, never knew.
That electric eraser, there's a little button on the side of it, and you depress it, and it like spins super fast.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Live demo.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a really neat way of getting the highlights. There's the really bright spots.
It'd be quite interesting if you did like just a solid pencil type sketch. You could do some really quite cool like streaks for highlights with it.
Yeah.
Like, along maybe, but
George has already added it to his basket. That's it.
Yep, on Amazon now. No. Some white highlights there.
I think Enya's got a question for the judges. I'm not sure where this has come from, but what is your favourite fine liner weight, and for what purpose? I mean, would you like some options? You know, off the top of my head, I can think of
0.2, 0.3,
0.05.
Oh, I use that one quite a lot actually.
You savage! What are you using that for? Who do you think you are?
What, thick lines? 0.5. So it's a roundish number as well. I don't like 0.3 annoys me.
No, not a 0.5. I can get on board with a 0.5. Oh, Enya, what have you done? I can get on board with a 0.5, but a 0.05.
Oh no, another 0.05. No,
That's
no, no.
outrageous.
No, 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 no. I don't know. No, no, no. I can't use one of those. 2 minutes left, everybody. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. Yeah, judges, feel free to answer that.
I would. I think if I was sketching, I would use I use like a pilot V5, or it's a 0.5 weight. That's really good.
There you go.
It's
there you go, George. There you go. Right
and then
there.
you can have a 0.7 for like highlighting. So you put some like detail, like etching.
Oh, I don't have one of those to hand.
Can I be controversial and say I'd use a pencil?
Oh,
HB or 2B?
Well, I use a combination of HB, and 2B, depending on what I'm doing. But if I do use a fine liner, it would be a 0.5.
0.5. I'm a personal fan of a 0.3. But that's a heavy press. I go through my 0.3 pretty quickly.
I keep dropping my pen.
The thin ones for like the smaller detail, and then the thicker one for the outline stuff.
Seems reasonable.
Really, yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, these sketches are coming together though really nicely. It seems. There's a really good view on the YouTube of all 5. So thank you very much for Alex.
All right, guys. Last 20 seconds. Just let everybody know while they're listening, I will be asking you to hold them up for a slightly longer period of time than usual because I'm going to go around and take some high resolution screenshots. But for now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Stop sketching, everybody. There's the alarm going off. Stop sketching, everybody. That's it. Thank you very much to all our finalists for that. Yeah, if you could all try and frame up your shots. Get your Dan, drop the pens. There we go. Yeah, if you could just frame up your shots, everybody. Make sure you zoom out so that I can spotlight and we can take the screenshots. All right, then I'm going to start with Henry. There we go. Yeah, if you could just hold it still, Henry, that'd be appreciated. Thank you. Okay, and next one we're going to go over to Dan. Okay, there we go. Yep. All right, and over to Chris. Yeah, just hold that still, Chris. Thank you. There we go. Over to Augusti. And yeah, and then finally over to Noreen. Replace. There we go. And sorry, could you just focus that a little bit more? Sorry, it's a bit blurry. Maybe wipe the lens. Would that help? I'm not sure. It's like we just want it to be obviously the highest res we can for all the judges to see. Maybe moving a bit closer. I'm trying to figure out where the focal point is. What do you think, Toby? Closer or further out?
I think further out. I think as it's getting closer, it's getting blurrier.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Oh, there we go. That's it.
Got it.
That's it. There we go.
Perfect.
Someone, yeah. All right, that's done. There we go. That's it.
I can even actually see just off to the left-hand side. Nora Lamine has made one of the Brunel phone holders.
Cardboard or
cardboard. I can just see. There you go. See,
yeah,
nice.
Enya's happy. There we go. All right, then we say goodbye to our judges as I think Joanna's moving them all over and to do some deliberation. But
for the fourth and final time.
For the fourth, yeah. Well done, everybody, for that. Great effort. They obviously they all look amazing. I honestly don't know who I'd picked. It's a hard job for me. Hopefully the judges come to a decision. But no, it should all be good. But well done there. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the winners of the phone holder for the quiz. So let me just check that I have those winners written down. I do have those winners written down. So we're going to be going through those. So if you are on the YouTube or the Zoom, wherever, and you took part in the quiz, you obviously did have a chance to win a phone holder. We will be shipping those out to you if you obviously appear on the next one as a winner. So just bear with me while I share my screen. And well done to all these people for winning a Made in Brunel phone holder. There you go. I haven't been told whether you need to send us your student ID numbers or whether you need to just send us your names or your emails. So I don't know what to say there, but I think we will just get them all. We'll be in touch anyway with you to get those out. So yeah, thank you very much for participating in the quiz. We hope you obviously enjoyed it. Big shout out to Enya for arranging the quiz questions. And big shout out to Paul and Stanley over in the workshops for printing all the phone holders. We do appreciate it, so thank you. But for now, there you have it.
Yeah, quiz mistress Enya.
There we go. Here we go.
And then there were, well, there are 5 cameras, but 7 people, I think.
Yeah.
How did we find that, guys? Was that okay?
Yeah. Let's open the floor up for discussion. How's it going?
It's a little bit easier with just 5 or so people. So
I had a fairly random selection of materials.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. Should we go, Dan go first? You're number 1, so we'll go Dan.
Possibly one of the most stressful situations I've been put in this year.
That's quite the claim.
So far.
Are you? So far. Stay tuned for more Made in Brunel events to be even more stressed out.
Yeah, Chris, what were you going to say? Sorry?
Yeah, I was going to say I basically grabbed a fairly random collection of drawing materials, and there was the last challenge. It really wasn't what I would have ideally been using, but you know, that's how it is. I thought it was really fun. I liked all of it. I've really enjoyed it.
Hopefully it wasn't too difficult, or maybe it was. Maybe that's a good thing.
You know, it's as easy or as hard as you find it. It's drawing, isn't it? I do a lot of drawing, so I did. The judges were talking about going out to museums and stuff, and I used to sit in the Natural History Museum and draw that. I love drawing. It's just a great excuse to do some drawing.
Yeah. Anybody else want to weigh in? Henry? Anybody? The floor is open if you want to. Don't feel obliged to if you don't. Yeah. But no, I think we had a good turnout this year, despite everything being online. I think it'll worked out pretty well.
I mean, we had to rework things a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's all down to the guys that trusted us basically to not mess it up. So thank you for putting your trust in us, and we really appreciate everyone that's come along to participate and also watch. We've still got people watching on the stream, so shout out to them as well.
You didn't mess up. You actually really kept us entertained all the time.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
We do our best.
We didn't realize the time. For me, I don't know if that's the same for everyone else.
Yeah, it went pretty quickly. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's a perfect opportunity there. If you enjoyed Toby and I talking during this, then you can find a little bit more of that on the podcast. Just search Made in Brunel on any podcast app. So that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, all that. Just search Made in Brunel. We release episodes fortnightly on a Monday. So yeah, it's going pretty well.
I think you guys did really well.
Thank you, Chris.
That's not easy, is it, to keep up all that chat?
No.
Well, it depends how much you got to talk about.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I believe that the judges are nearly finished deliberating. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but if you wanted to kind of turn all your cameras on so we can get a look at your faces.
They're still deliberating.
Are they still deliberating?
Still deliberating. Sorry.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's an excuse to see these lovely people's faces. So
yeah.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
Henry
there's
coming
everybody.
in and Nora Lamine. Yeah, we get a and Mr. Frosty. Yep, thanks. Yep, sorry, Dan. Acknowledged. And there's Augusta. Cool. So we got everyone now. Nice to be looking at faces rather than paper. Actually, a little bit jarring. Yeah, and Alex has got everyone up on the YouTube, which is cool.
Toby and I just got to apologise again if we have butchered anybody's names throughout this process. People have butchered my name all the time, so I'm going to consider this payback. And yeah.
It's just Pav now, isn't it?
It's just Pav now, yeah.
Just Pav in it.
Yeah. Why not? It's easier.
So, I mean, actually, this is an interesting question to ask everyone, because obviously we spent a little bit of time working out what kind of things to include in the rounds. And I'm interested to get your thoughts on some of the rejected ideas. So a couple of things that we considered, and I've got to make sure I have them now. One thing we were going to try and look for you guys to do was see how you approach rendering light. So I've actually got a decent example just above me there. That's my lampshade. But one of the options we were thinking about was something like the artichoke lamp, and less focusing on the form, but more about how the light plays on those surfaces and how you kind of communicate light. Out of interest, how would you guys go about that?
You have to use a lot of black to bring the light out.
Yeah.
And I think things that light up are inherently appealing. Everyone always likes a thing that lights up, but conveying that with a piece of paper is quite. I think digital stuff actually wins out for that kind of challenge.
Yeah.
I think charcoal pencils and a few pens. That's quite tough, but
I agree with Chris on this one, because I did a year in lighting design, and basically a lot of my placement was rendering different lighting effects in Photoshop, and sort of doing that on paper versus doing it digitally. It was very, very easy to do it digitally, but then to do it like physically using like pencils and pens and things was very difficult, because obviously paper is white, and it was more about taking away the lightness of the paper to then convey like a very small, like, so basically darkening like 90% of the paper to convey like 10%, whereas on Photoshop you can just darken an entire image and then just take away the darkness basically, and it became so much easier to do it that way rather than like more conventional rendering means.
Actually, drawing on black paper with chalk is better.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff, it just immediately, and especially if you've got a few different colors, pastels and stuff like that, you can quite quickly get some good effects. If you start with white paper, you've got your work cut out.
Yeah, I think that's probably how I would approach it. I think I'd look to use pastels, primarily.
I think pastels is great, but the problem is when you come to a thing like this and you don't know what the challenges are going to be, you're not going to have pastel, you're not going to have black paper. So you're going to be stuck. Let's face it, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's face is the same challenge, right? So it doesn't matter how easy or hard the challenge is. It's a challenge that everyone's seeing. But yeah, I think you'd need some time to get light well.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the factors, because I mean, we just mentioned like 3 or 4 quite varied ways of doing it, and some of them evidently work better than others. So I think that's probably one of the reasons we put that on the back burner. It's interesting to hear just how you guys would approach it. other things we talked about. I think we looked at kind of the classic Braun products, the shavers and radios and stuff, but with quite simple forms, but getting the detail really makes those things stand out, I think. I pushed really hard for a musical instrument. I really wanted to see someone try and draw a musical instrument, but again, with something that's got so much detail on it, I imagine that would be quite a challenge as well.
Did you think about some architecture?
We didn't actually. It was primarily we were looking at products. I think in future years it would be interesting to broaden the scope a little bit. One of the first rounds that I suggested as like an ideation exercise was if 2020 was a movie, draw the poster.
Yeah.
Just not because it's a particularly difficult thing to do, but just to get people's minds going a little bit. So I think we've explored other media, but broadening it to like architecture might be quite interesting.
But with the storyboarding, okay, it is product, but obviously you've got to be able to draw a lot of different things. And that was for me the hardest thing. Is that? Yeah, it's not something I do any quantity of. Drawing products I do. Yeah. But storyboarding is not. I personally don't do it.
That's interesting. Dan's repping the phone holder there.
Yeah. Dan doesn't need another phone holder. He's already got one. We'll get him an orange one now. I mean, I've just heard that the judges are having a really hard time deciding. So well done, everybody, for making it very difficult for them. It's a good thing. So, yeah.
There's some really good images in those really nice ones.
Really testing mine and Pav's ability to make an inane chatter.
I can do it. I can talk about. I got a lot of stuff in front of me. I can talk about a lot of stuff if you want. I'm still drinking my dash water that I spoke to you about last week, Toby.
The thing is, Pav. The thing is, like, we talk to each other far more. Like, I get that reference.
Yeah, you do.
No one else has no idea what dash water is or your affinity for it.
So basically, I might as well give everybody the overview, right? What happened is I listened to a podcast and these people were talking about this thing called dash water. And I was like, oh, I'll try it. It's dash. I thought it was flavored water. I was completely wrong. I ordered this, right? And I didn't read the thing, but it says infused on it. And infused water is not the same as flavored water, which I learned the hard way, because this doesn't taste like Volvic. This doesn't taste like peaches. This tastes like sparkling water with peaches. I don't like sparkling water because it tastes stale to me. But I drank about 6 of them in one day, which thankfully there's no calories in it, so we're all good there, and there's no sugar and no sweetness. So I'm still alive. But I had about 6 of them, and now I've like acquired a taste for this. So now I'm addicted to them, and I've bought like 5 packs of them, and I've just drank them all. So I'm still downing dash water by the can, basically, Toby. Yeah.
Thank you, Pav. I'm sure everyone's intrigued by your nutritional regime.
Well, my logic is if I mention it enough times, we'll get a sponsorship from them for the podcast. And then I'll get free dash water.
I'm really not sure that's how it works. I actually got a question for Henry. If he is... Oh, no, he's there. Hello, Henry. I can hear you now, man. Am I right in thinking you're your first year? I can't
hear you now, Henry.
I don't know why you can't hear me.
I got you now.
Yeah. Your mic's cutting in now.
Ridiculous.
It's my Wi-Fi. I live underground.
So he's definitely a first year.
Yeah.
How are you finding it? What's your favourite module so far?
Well, I like the design process most because it's just drawing.
Yeah.
And the basic sort of designs work.
Just getting the fundamentals down.
Yeah. Learning how to render and everything, which is useful.
Is it something you did a lot of before you came to Brunel, or?
No.
No. Well,
I've never done.
No. I mean, awesome job getting through to the final round. Then.
Yeah.
That says something. What are you kind of? Do you know much about how the course is structured after first year, or have you thought about kind of like where your interests lie as a designer? What kind of things you're?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the second year, but I'm thinking about going into sort of UX design, sort of user experience.
Okay. Yeah.
But 3 years to decide, so there's no rush.
That's interesting. It's something. It's something that myself and Pav have discussed, kind of intermittently in podcast episodes. It's probably worth, given the situation that we're all in, it's probably worth dedicating like a segment to kind of UX and UI, because I don't think people are properly aware of all the tools that are out there. There's definitely scope to be able to go and do that in a placement year. I know loads of people have done that kind of field of design over placements, places like IBM and what's the one in Central that Noah went to? I can't remember. Anyway, it's definitely something you can get into, but we might need to cover that at some point, Pav.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Put it down, Toby. Put it down.
Well, I've got my post-it notes. He says somewhere. Yeah. I don't have my post-it notes. I just write it on. Okay.
So is everyone here an active Brunel product design student? Is that what everyone else but me is?
I think so.
Yeah.
So out of interest, Chris, so you signed up via the.
So I'm a doctoral researcher.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing. I've literally just started at Brunel doing a PhD.
Oh, right.
Doing a PhD in. I'm looking into engineering leadership.
Okay.
But the very first thing that I studied was product design. So I did product design at Chelsea, and then I went into engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So I graduated as a product designer in 1989. So it's been good fun for me to do this stuff. It's a long while since I did it.
You're getting some generational crossovers here, which is.
You can really see the style differences, I think, as well.
You reckon?
A bit. I think the hand rendering is kind of, it is what it is a bit, but I think you do see some stylistic differences, certainly with some people. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got that stamp. I think everyone's got that one kind of hallmark.
I do still do product design, but nowadays it's more I do sketches and then someone else does a CAD model and then I tell them why it's wrong.
I could have done with that actually. Just like literally last week. I've met you like a week too late because I've had absolute hell. Aha! It would appear we have been rejoined by our judges.
It does appear that way.
You were gone away for a little while, which tells me that wasn't a very easy decision.
Very difficult, Toby. Very difficult.
Very difficult indeed.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult. Sam's had to go and get a cup of tea.
It was really hard.
Awesome. Well,
I can reveal that I have the results.
Do you want to try that again? Do you want to try that again, slightly more eloquently?
I can now reveal that I have the results ready to go.
Okay, that's yeah.
Slide. So we're all good to go. Let me just share my screen. There we go. Ooh, We're ready for a blank screen. Before I announce that, though, I just want to say a big thank you to every single one of the finalists for taking part and for getting here. You've done an absolutely amazing job. And don't worry, you won't be going home empty-handed. If you're, again, not the top 3, whoever is, the remaining 2 people, you will go home with a free Made in Brunel phone stand. So you do walk away with something. Don't worry. You will get a free MIB phone stand from that. I'm awaiting a yes from Alex before I begin, because he wants to make sure the reveal is all set up correctly for YouTube. He's just giving me a yeah. Drum roll, please, Toby.
Really
we
put
go.
him on the spot there.
Yeah.
Awesome. 3rd place, Augusta.
Well done.
Judges, what did we like about this one?
Well, what was really nice about this one is, I think out of all of them, this was nicest in the sense of style terms. I think like there's a lot of motion here. Like it's a great angle, perspective's really good. The contrast is really nice. I'd say possibly with critique with a little bit would be possibly too strong on that contrast, maybe too much heavy on the black. But then again, it's a particular style. So, but then overall, it is a really good sketch and it's really well done.
We were very impressed with the detail on the strap. Actually, the nuances that were really well rendered on the strap. Really nice.
Yeah, you can actually see the material there. Really nice one.
Awesome. Well done, Augusta. And we will get that cutting mat and scalpels and stuff to you. Not you, Pav. You don't get the knives.
Okay.
You're not allowed any knives.
That's fine. Thank you. You send me some dash water instead. We'll be all right. I think someone will be in touch via email regarding prizes. So don't worry. We won't be collecting any data now for that. But Toby, drum roll for 2nd place.
Nora Lamine coming in 2nd place.
Well done.
I'm loving the buckle detail on this one. I think that's really slick.
It's pretty good.
Judges, what were your thoughts?
That's exactly what I liked about this, actually, Toby. So the buckle is really nice. Attention to detail was one thing that we all thought, I think. It's really nicely done on this one. And very nice attention to shadow and light. So nice attention to detail overall, I would say.
There's some really nice highlights on the strap as well, and it's a really good perspective. So yeah, we really like this one.
Awesome. So Nora Lamine, that's the 3D print pen that will get to you. I don't know if you ever used one before, but given we're all working from home, it should be super, super useful for kind of modeling. I think I see you've got a 3D printer in the background as well, haven't you?
Yes, I do. And I have like a couple of years experience with a 3D printer. But to be honest, it's a great pleasure to be in a first year and win for the first time. And I want to thank all of you for organizing this event. And this is a great opportunity for all of us to see who stands out.
Thank you.
My heart. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And one more thing, everyone has their own skill, and I want to like congratulate everyone, even if you're watching on YouTube, that everyone deserve this equally, because I just want to spread this to all of you.
Awesome. Well said, my man.
Yeah, very well said, Melody. Very well said.
I mean, 2nd place, I'm just running out of words.
Take my advice and just stop. Because in my experience, carrying on when you don't have anything to say leads to big issues.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
A night.
For the final time, Toby.
For the final time, you would like a
drum roll, please. Yeah, loud one.
My mum's probably in bed.
Oh, all right. I can't find the mouse. Here we go. And 1st place.
Henry Neeson.
Henry's the winner. Well done, Henry.
There we go. Winner of the 3D printer.
Whoa. Let's hope Henry's mic's working.
Yeah, let's hope his Wi-Fi's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can. Well done, Henry.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's stressful. Especially quizzes in between, just hands were shaking a little bit.
I think we got most of that, so we can work with what we got. Don't worry about it, man.
We'll throw it over to the judges to see
yeah.
what they thought.
Well, we really like this. I mean, well done, Henry. This is a really excellent render and sketch of the watch. It really captured the essence of the product itself in terms of the materials and the overall perspective and form and scale. And we're particularly impressed by the highlighter on the ball bearing on the ball bearing in the center of it, the timepiece itself. So really well done. Really nice attention to detail. Really nice scale. Really nice concentric ellipses. Yeah, very well done.
Thank you.
I would say that deserves a round of applause, but I think Toby and I clapping would just sound weird. So, no, honestly, well done, everybody, for that. You did an amazing job. Again, commiseration, but also well done to Chris and Dan for your entries as well. You did an absolutely smashing job. And like I said, you will be getting a Made in Brunel phone hat stand for that. So thank you. But no, I think it's just time to wrap up then, Toby, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, just before we do wrap up, if the top three, if you want to send in some like proper scans of your renders and sketches, I'm sure that the Made in Brunel social media team will make great use of those.
Yeah.
So feel free to DM us on Instagram.
Or reply to the email that we'll send to gather your details.
Or reply to the email. That would also work as well.
And also, if anybody wants to share theirs on Instagram, just a reminder, Alex is obviously resharing everything on the Made in Brunel Instagram story. So if you have any, just tag us and Alex will share everybody's stuff. So any of the sketches from tonight, just please feel free to take a picture and share them. So yeah. But yeah, obviously we just want to say a massive thank you to our judges. So thank you to all the judges.
Thanks, everyone. And I just wanted to congratulate Henry. Well done. Really, really nice job. And thanks to the MIP team for organizing the event. And it was good to see Sam and George back. We had a little catch up as well in the judging room, which was really nice to see. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Well done to the Made in Brunel team. This has been extremely well organized. It's worked extremely well in terms of technology. And yeah, brilliant listening to Toby and Prav just talking away there. That's fantastic. It's what banter, shall we say? It's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a really good show, guys, and you put on it was amazing. Like again, it's a shame we're not here in person, but I think you've done the best that you can do, and to be frank, you've aced it, and all the people's sketches were amazing, and especially congrats to Henry for winning. But no, thanks very much, and thanks for inviting me.
Not a problem. Anytime.
As well. It was really good to see some amazing sketches, and Made in Brunel have adapted so well to the coronavirus changes. So well done to everyone involved.
Great success, it seems. Yeah. Yes, thank you once more to our judges. I think we will bid you adieu. Good night.
Thank you to all the participants. Thank you to the MIB team members that made this happen. So that's want to say our thank yous to them. So obviously Toby is across from me. Thank you to Toby. I want to say thank you to Alex as well for streaming this online. Thank you to Enya for setting up the quiz. Thank you to Joe for kind of managing everything. Thank you to Barney for getting everybody's details. Thank you to Cara, and thank you to Ollie for being our standby and also giving a big look at his watch. We do appreciate everything. But thank you everybody for taking part. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you've obviously learned a bit more about sketching. And
thank you, Sam's cat.
Thank you.
for just being there.
Yeah.
Made the event. Anyway.
Thanks, guys. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye all.
Bye all.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.